also?
Yeah, he moved to go to Purdue College. I don't remember what state he is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, so he went to college and he joined the Air Force and they sent him to Alaska and he liked it there, so he stayed.
Is that where you met your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's where she's from?
No, she's from Colorado. Her and her family like visiting or something up there. I don't know her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are they still together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long were they married, or have they been married?
I honestly couldn't tell you. It's been a while. My brother's 25, so 26 plus years at least. Something like that.
And that's older brother?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
He's named after my dad, and named after his dad, so I guess he'd be Junior. Yeah.
What's his middle name? E?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe they go with that one.
Yeah. No.
So is it just you and your brother?
No, it's my brother, me, my sister, and then my younger brother.
How old's your sister?
She's 21, 22.
Oh, okay. And then you have a younger brother also?
Yeah, he's a senior this year.
Are they all in Alaska?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What are they doing up there?
My brother's working at Bass Pro. They just built a new big outdoor shop. I'm not sure which one it is.
Oh, cool.
My sister's, she's like a medical technician. And then my little brother's in high school. So.
Oh, right. And then you said you're going to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone to school down here also?
No, I haven't had time.
No.
Yeah, this Marine Corps can be really busy.
Yeah, okay. So you got to start from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
I took a college placement test, and my reading and writing comprehension are alright. They're really supposed to be, but my math, I never use it anymore. So it's just like,
Oh, I hate math.
I love math. I love
Do
it.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't stand math.
Because there's always an answer, whether it be not there or there, but
I hate it.
consistent. It's like a language, you don't learn it.
Yeah, I guess. That's why I have calculators and computers, I guess. I don't know. I can't stand math. Okay, so you're going to go, so goal is to go through, get your AA first, or go straight to a program?
Yeah, I gotta do the basic college classes because I was late to sign up today, so I'm not going to declare my major until I get up there.
Okay.
And when I get up there, I'm going to find a counselor, have them point me in the right direction, and then get my bachelor's and maybe a master's, depending if I want to go back. But a lot of the oil companies up there, they require at least 1 year on the slope up north. And so I have to graduate, and then I'm pretty sure my dad will be able to get me a job up north for a while before I can actually get on with an oil company.
What would you be doing? What's your goal with the oil company?
Just, they hire chemical engineers and petroleum engineers, and it's a really good paying job. So
Yeah.
I think starting for them was $110,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a ton of money, dude.
So, and
What's the cost of living like up there?
it's pretty similar to here, actually.
Is it?
There's some stuff that's cheaper and some more expensive, but because gas, we make the oil, but we have to export it to a refinery and import it because we don't have any of our own refineries yet, so it's
It costs.
almost the same price as here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If we had our own refineries, it'd be cheap. It'd be like Texas cheap. But
Okay. But housing's similar?
yeah, housing's a lot more expensive than here. 2-bedroom apartment, I think it's $1,200 a month.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty, depending where you live too, it varies greatly. Because it's a city, it's a pretty big city. So you have the lower class area where you're paying low rent, but it's not really, safe. And you have the upper crust of the area where you're paying just a lot.
Okay. You said you don't like the city, though, man. You're going right back to the city.
We're planning on living outside Anchorage in Sheephatch. It's close enough where you could drive to it, but it's outside the city limits technically.
Oh, okay. How big is Anchorage? I mean, how many people are there?
I think 300,000, something like that.
Oh, that's pretty big.
So it's a big city. You don't really realize it, especially us being away so long. Last time me and my wife were there, we went to a bar and hung out, and she left her purse there, and she came back 30 seconds later, and it was gone.
Ah, it sucks.
But it's kind of has you ever been to downtown Palm Springs?
Yeah.
It kind of has that feel to it, but on a bigger scale.
Oh, okay. Right on. So Anchorage, 300,000. That's like, what's that size? It's a little bit bigger than San Bernardino, but San Bernardino's a lot. Yeah. Have you been out that way at all?
Yeah.
That's where I grew up, that area. Yeah. That's not nice at all. Okay. Yeah, Alaska, man, that'd be cool. So plan on you getting out in July.
Mm-hmm. The
Okay.
6th.
Dude, like a couple weeks.
Like a week.
A week, dude. How's that feel, man?
Good. Well, it's good, but like I'm rushed right now. Like I got a lot to do tomorrow because there's some paperwork that I didn't know I needed, and I was supposed to do it like 30 days ago, and now I'm doing it right now. Like normally it takes people like 15, 20 days to check out my report, I'm doing it in 2. So
That's crazy.
because I have to be out of my house by Wednesday
Oh, do you?
because of the holiday weekend hours and whatnot. So it's like getting like the short end of the stick there. I'm like paying them for the 3 days I'm not there or something crazy.
Did you guys know you were leaving? Or
Yeah, my phone.
Oh, I was like, what the heck? Dude, I thought it was like little gremlins around or something.
No,
What is that?
it's just it's a pirate.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the heck?
My notifications is telling me something.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I knew we were leaving, but like they tell you to do it 30 days in advance, and that's what I did. I did it June 6th, and they're like, well, hopefully you don't get out, July 6th because of the holiday. I'm like, guess we're for terrorists, don't you?
Yeah. That sucks.
Dude, they're awful.
Okay.
Like they usually they come and help when you need it, but they're just like on you all the time.
So you have to fill out some paperwork. So what else do you guys have to get together before you take off?
Just gotta get everything out of the house, and then because we were gonna try and have the Marine Corps move us, but I called them and they're like, yeah, you can call us whenever you're checking out, and we'll start moving your stuff. And then I called them last week and like, no, you have to be completely checked out for that to happen. So
How does that work?
miscommunication. Someone thought they knew something that they didn't. So now we're gonna move it ourselves.
So you guys just gotta get a U-Haul and drive out?
Yeah, we're renting one tomorrow, putting all our stuff in there. We're gonna go up to Yucca, stay with a friend for the last 3 days.
Oh, okay. Are you done? I mean, completely done with duties and do you have any other work you have to get done? Or?
No, not really. Just the paperwork. I need to get my seal, my first 100% something tomorrow.
So you're done, man.
Yeah, like they were supposed to go formation this morning, and I overslept, and then like no one called. I was like, okay, obviously no one cares.
Oh, really? This is kind of like graduating high school.
Yeah.
No one really cares.
Yeah. Teachers like, oh, whatever.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's a big part of your life, man. 6
Yeah,
years.
it's scary. Like I mean, but I'm ready for a change. And my wife, she's definitely ready to get out of here.
What does she plan on doing out there? Just taking care of your daughter? Or?
Yeah, I think she's gonna try and find a side job, but mostly take care of her. I mean, since she's gonna be in school, it'll be easier. But the reason she's so smart is because she worked with her so much when she was younger.
Did she homeschool at all, or
Not like
actual homeschool?
not actual homeschool, yeah, but like she worked with her a lot.
Oh, that's good. Like that bed with her and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, they say that definitely helps, man, with the kids.
yeah,
Because they take you on all that stuff, you read and stuff. Right on, man. Sounds like you guys are doing real good things with her.
yeah.
Sounds like she's smart, man.
Really smart, really, really smart.
That's cool. Wow, okay. So you got a couple weeks, or a week, and then you guys are driving up to Anchorage.
Yeah,
How long is that drive, man?
it's gonna be like we have to go there by the 17th. Is my buddy's wedding, and I'm his best man. But we have friends in Washington, and actually I had a buddy of mine, and he was from Oregon, so we were up there a couple months ago. I had his funeral with his family, so we might stop in and see them on the way up too.
Whereabouts in Oregon?
At the bottom, can't remember off the top of my head. If I saw a map, I could find out, but it's like bottom center, kind of more towards the coast.
Okay. Like by Eugene or anything like that, where the University of Oregon's at?
I don't think so. I can't remember. No, my memory is really, really bad anymore.
Okay.
Like, I'm doing on my head.
Yeah.
Just
Some fighting or?
football, explosions,
Mm-hmm.
it's all compounded.
Yeah.
I can I probably really won't, unless it really sticks, I probably won't know what our competition was about. Like, I talked to the other officers the other day, and my mom was like, what'd you guys talk about? I was like, I don't know, let's just ask some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like an impacting event that sticks, I don't remember.
Okay. And then you said Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have people in Washington also?
Yeah, one of my wife's best friends, she was down here with us for a long time. They left it last year. She lives in Washington with her husband. So we're gonna see them for a while.
Oh, right. Where where in Washington?
I do. It's gonna take my time.
I used to live there. That's all.
It's west of Seattle, closer towards the coast. You have to cross a bridge to get there. No, it's not.
We lived around the water. I lived in Port Angeles.
There.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's where your friends live?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you take the bridge over to Canada, it's like Victoria Island.
Yeah, because my buddy said you can go across the bridge for free, but when you come back, you have to pay the toll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived there for a while.
That's
too.
good.
No way. Okay, so you guys are going to Port Angeles. Beautiful city.
Yeah, she's been up there before.
Have you been there?
Not yet.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Because I really enjoyed Oregon. Oregon's a very pretty state.
Dude, Port Angeles, where I lived, it was on 6th Street. So I had 6 streets. I was literally the 6th street from the water.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked out my front door and there was the water on the bay. And then right behind me was the mountain. It was awesome, dude. So snowboarding and all that stuff. And we had the water. And
Warming up to swimming?
What's that?
Was the water warm?
No, it was cold, man. It was freezing, dude. Yeah, it was super cool. But there was like an indoor pool, like a block away or something like that. So it was cool. But yeah, I loved it up there, man. Okay. So then, obviously, I drive to Canada and all that.
Yeah. I actually just got my boat passport card not too long ago.
Okay.
I had to expedite that.
So you guys just plan on stopping every few, you're not rushing or do you have to be up there at a certain time?
Yeah, just by the 17th, but we're just trying to make sure everything flows right. I think she wants to take the coastal trail. She wants to see the redwoods. She wants to.
Oh, cool.
So I think we're trying to make that happen. But as far as that's concerned, that's really our big timeline.
Okay. Right on. And you said you talked to somebody else. You talked to another detective or deputy or what?
Deputy Sheriff Milan and then another female officer. I don't remember her name.
Okay.
It's just the Deputy Sheriff Milan gave me his card.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones that initially came to our house, and I talked to them, and then I talked to them at Bonds because they were trying to get a hold of me again for some follow-up questions.
Oh, okay. When did you talk to them?
Sunday?
Mm.
And Saturday, I think.
Oh, they talked to you both days?
Yeah.
Okay. What were they?
Well, the first day they asked me, they're like, hey, you never went missing. You know them? I'm like, yeah, I know them. And like, I didn't bring up mine and Aaron's thing because it didn't seem pertinent at the time.
Okay.
Because like, that's how my mind works. And then that's why they wanted to talk to me Sunday afternoon. It was like, they're like, why don't you bring that up? Kind of important. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was.
Okay.
So then I talked to them that day about stuff like that. And that's when they told me that they said, got a report that someone had seen me with Aaron Saturday night, which is impossible because I was home most of that day. So
okay.
I tried to call them today to talk to them, but either someone like completely missaw what they saw or they're intentionally lying to you.
Yeah, I haven't heard that, so whatever that might be bad information.
Well,
that's not what I
know there's a lot of that going on too, because I don't know if like my downstairs neighbor's wife is trying to like help or play Inspector Gadget by herself, but like I guess they're talking to because she called my wife and was like being pretty rude and they're like, yeah, we're talking to Aaron's friends, and they said you weren't Saturday or Saturday. I'm like, no. Okay. Because like she didn't like Aaron never even I don't think she even knew.
Well, let's back up to when you first met your neighbor. All the rumors. Like I said, I'm not really sure. Some of this I hadn't heard that you were seen with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just know you guys are neighbors, so I'm trying to get how you guys met, that type of thing. Kind of talk about the relationship. I know you said there was something, a relationship that you didn't tell me at first, but we'll just start from the very first time that you met. What's your neighbor's name? First name?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what's their last name?
What's the last name too? Corwin.
Okay, so it's Aaron and John Corwin, and they're your neighbors.
Yep.
Okay, and they're married?
Yes.
Okay, and when did you meet them?
I met her. She moved in before he got back. We didn't really, it's just kind of like, hey, you're the new neighbor, what's up?
When was that?
I honestly don't know. I dates like, you could ask my wife, she's like my treasurer and gatekeeper. She's like my.
Was it like a month ago or a year ago?
It was a while ago. It was
Okay.
a long while ago. And then like didn't really have any interaction with her until I got back from Okinawa. And then we talked to me and my wife went over there and hung out with him and his wife and some of their friends. And then like I was having a really hard time adjusting back to the last appointment for some reason. Mm-hmm. And like my emotional state was like I didn't get fucked with anything. Like I was just kind of falling apart mentally. And I guess that she gave off like some kind of like she was like in a bad relationship, and she said her husband was beating her and choking her, and like she was scared for her life, and man, fix that. So I just like being in the state I was like, okay, well I can fix this, and then broken pieces fix each other. So we just kind of started developing a bond that grew stronger, and then over time, we started getting closer, having longer conversations. And then we kissed a few times at her place. And then my wife, she found out and she blew up and she told me. And I guess I wasn't there when they actually confronted her, but she'd been lying to me, lying to everybody, to her friends.
Who confronted
her? My wife.
Okay, so
I was there. Thank you.
Okay, so
I don't remember where I was.
So her husband's name is John.
Yes.
And he came back from a deployment, like, he was in Okinawa.
Yes.
Do you know how long he was deployed?
Probably about 6 months is the standard.
Is that standard? Yeah. Okay. And again, if I'm asking some of these questions, I'm sorry, man. I just wasn't
it's just like, I really, unless it was like really recent, can't give you dates.
No, that's fine. So was it recent when he came back? Was it this year?
No, it was a while ago too. Like,
okay.
Me and Aaron didn't start actually like talking until like probably a couple of months after he got back from the deployment.
Okay. And you don't know the time or
no.
How long have you known her? If you had to take a guess, more than 6 months?
Yeah, more than 6 months. Probably more than 6 months, less than a year and a half. That's okay. Because I've been really busy. When I took off the rifle range and got thrown back into my leadership position, I wasn't planning on leaving Marines ever again. And so I just swamped like crazy busy. Like responsibility is way above my level. And so that all came together. So my sense of time is skewed.
Oh, okay.
It's like by range, like.
No problem. Okay, so you guys started, you never hung out when he was on deployment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on deployment, he comes back, and then is it like parties, or, I mean, when does that start? When do you guys start
back?
out?
It was probably a couple months after you got back. I guess it kind of, their relationship.
Do you mind if I close the door?
That's fine.
Okay, just when people walk around.
Yeah.
Just give us a little bit more privacy, man.
Like you could tell that they were having like marital problems and like.
What do you mean?
Like they would yell at each other and normal like Marines get stressed, they yell. That's what they do. And she kind of like crying or stuff like that. And like it's just like normally it's just like whatever, but like I was like pretty heavily. And so like, I was like, I don't give a fuck about anything. And I don't know, it's like, I'm not really sure how it happened. It just kind of like meshed together somehow.
Okay, so you said you had your issues. What was kind of spawning those, your last deployment?
Yeah, I don't know. Like me and my wife, like you get so used to being away from each other that it's hard to be with each other sometimes. Okay. And so like we just weren't communicating, and I was like in my own world, just I wanted to go back to Afghanistan because it was easier there, Like all you had to do was wake up, stand post, call patrols, do stuff like that, Real simple stuff, no real life type responsibilities.
You didn't have to worry about the wife nagging or
just,
clean up your room or something like that.
And she's like, you're different, blah, blah, blah. And like, it's just, it was easier over there,
Okay. When did you and your wife, when were you guys kind of having those
It started when I first got back, and it started getting, it got worse, but like, not to the point where people would like probably, I don't know if anybody noticed, but like, it was just like a tension,
Mm-hmm.
Like, we never really, like, and then, we just occasionally would blow up at each other, and like, then we had one real bad argument, like, I had been drinking, and I just got really mad at her because she, like, made dinner the wrong way, so I just up and left, she got her word, and like, we knew, like we had issues were going on. I just felt like I didn't need help, and I didn't want to listen to her when she said she needed help, that I needed to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And she was right that I was not all there,
Okay. And when were you deployed? This was Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, I got there right before Thanksgiving, and I came back in April.
Of this year? Or was that last year? Okay.
Yeah, so I was back for a while, about a year and a half.
2012 you got deployed?
I think so, because
November till 2013?
we got there right before Thanksgiving, because I remember that because when we got to the place where we're at, we had Thanksgiving leftovers that they had made the couple days prior.
Okay, so it was right around Thanksgiving, November time, and then, so you were there for 6 months, came back in, what month?
April. So 5 months? November.
So a little more than a year you've been back?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were back, were you guys staying at the same place where the apartments there are based? Okay, so you came there, and you hadn't seen her or met her when that time. So how did you kind of cope with what you were dealing with when you first came back?
My downstairs neighbor, we were hanging out a lot.
Which one?
His lessons, Malachi, drinking pretty heavily, but we were just hanging out a lot, doing guy things. I was trying to get my Jeep together.
Mm-hmm.
That was another thing. There's in the hardware shop, we're actually fine on it. Battery, I would complain with them, but they gave me the runaround hard.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
You trying to fix your Jeep up and stuff?
Yeah, just it wasn't anything that I was really noticing. It's just like the world was I didn't like the way it was going. I was indifferent about life. I'm alive, I'm not, I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my only thoughts were I wish I could go back because it was easier there. It's kind of hard feeling to explain.
No, absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I said, I can only imagine what you had to deal with over there. Like I said, I hadn't been over there, but it'd be very difficult. I know, you're training yourself one day as a Marine, to go over and do a job, and then you don't have to worry about the other outside influences or whatever it is, and you come back and realize that you got a wife, you got a daughter, and it's a lot of pressure.
It's weird because you're there and you miss someone a lot, and you come back and it's not the picture perfect thing you had in mind, and so you don't get upset, but you're just I don't know, it's weird for me.
Okay, so you kind of start feeling depressed a little bit. You're drinking, and then you guys start hanging out as couples, or how does that work?
Yeah, well, when he first got back, we were hanging out with him as a couple, and she was into horses, like my wife, so we'd all go to the horse rescue together and hang out up there. We'd ride horses and talk and do stuff. Her husband wasn't really into that, so he wouldn't come with us.
Okay.
And I don't know, that's it. That's just kind of what we did.
So you guys have horses. Does she have a horse also, or
She gave it up a couple weeks ago, actually.
Okay. So she gave up a horse a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that was her horse, or was it one of your guys' horses?
No, it was. She was sponsoring it, which means she didn't technically own it, but she was taking care of it and paying for its food and whatnot. So it was her horse. She just didn't completely running good on it.
Okay. She could ride it whenever she wanted or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was pretty attached to it.
Where were those horses at?
They're in Yucca Valley. At the White Rock Horse Rescue.
White Rock Horse Rescue? Okay. So how often would you guys go ride horses?
A couple times a week, 2 to 3 times a week at least. I think her and my wife went a couple times by themselves.
Did you guys go on trails?
A couple times.
Or they stadium horses?
No, we rode on trails. I was just starting to get into horses at that time because I hadn't had zero experience with them beforehand. And so I was mostly around fixing things up on the ranch, trying to be helpful if I could because I wasn't, really into riding horses.
Mm-hmm.
And this ranch is the same place where the horse rescue was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The lady, she owns it, she lives there by herself, and she like runs the whole thing by herself. She's really strong lady, but like, I was helping her put up fences and move manure and stuff like that, just basic ranching and stuff.
And what's the place called again? I'm sorry.
White Rock Horse Rescue.
Where's that at?
If you head to Yucca, Alderman Springs Road, like you're going to Landers, you go up that way, and once you pass Ferris gas station, you take a left onto Tracy, and then up right onto Geronimo, and it's right up there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Pretty big place?
Yeah.
Big ranch. She have a lot of horses there?
She does.
Okay. So how many horses did you guys have?
I have one, and my wife has one. She had one prior to it, but it cut its legs somehow while she wasn't there, and we had to put it down. And then I had another horse I was working with, but we had to put that one down too, just because she was old and her knees weren't working right. She didn't really have a future, and every time she walked around, she was in pain.
Okay. So you go a couple times a week. When did you guys start going riding horses?
She was going while I was deployed, and that's like her friend had taken her up there, and she's like, "Hey, this is pretty cool to do. Your husband's deployed. This will keep you busy." And then I started going with her once I got back.
Okay, so last year you started. Yeah. When did Aaron start going with you guys?
Probably a couple weeks, maybe a month after she got back, because they're from Tennessee, and she had horses when she was younger, and she's like, "Oh, this is pretty cool."
Okay.
So that was her interest in it.
Okay. So you guys take on a couple times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, or was it like a set schedule you guys would
No, not really. Just whenever I had time, whenever work would allow it. Because a lot of the time I'm working 10, 11-hour days. So, if I got up early or if I could get away, we'd go up there.
Okay. And usually it was your wife, you and Aaron?
Not usually, but occasionally. Usually just me and my wife, but she'd either come up there on her own or in her own vehicle.
Okay. And did you and Aaron ever go by yourselves?
No.
Okay. So your wife was always with you when Aaron was there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, so you guys would ride the horses, take care of them, do whatever. But you guys hung out.
Yeah.
Did John go with you guys ever to the ranch?
I think he went once or twice. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
This time he wasn't like super fond of the place. So.
Okay. And then, so.
Oh, before I forget.
Yeah.
Somebody called up the lady that owns the ranch, asking about Aaron, and she thought it was a different Aaron because a lady named Aaron, but spelled differently, had left her car there.
Okay.
And so this, I guess I don't remember the chick's name, called Isabel. And she's like, yeah, and Isabel's like, hey, Aaron came by here the other day to pick up her car. And so I don't know if that's like filtering down somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. Okay. Like, so there's all kinds of info out there we don't know. We just have to, try to talk to people and kind of weed through that stuff. So, okay. So you guys did that. Did you guys do anything else together, like as couples, other than the horseback riding?
We went to dinner a couple times. Me and John and Aaron went mudding a couple times, and I wasn't really into that because she thought we were in the River Jeep.
Okay, where'd you guys go mudding at?
Over by the Dry Lake Bed, kind of behind the college.
Where's that at? I'm sorry.
Sunfair Road. You take a right as you're heading towards Yucca, and you go down that road till you hit Hollywood Boulevard or something like that, and then you take another right, and there's like a big open dry lake bed area that when it rains, it gets really muddy.
Okay.
A lot of people take their vehicles there.
And you went mudding with who?
John, Aaron, brother was there.
How many times did you guys go mudding?
I think just once with me and Aaron, but I've gone multiple times with Aaron or any other friends.
Okay. Anything else as couples? You said you went out to dinner a few times. Where'd you guys go out?
La Hacienda, the place in Yucca, the Mexican place, has that karaoke bar attached to it.
Okay. Any other places that you guys went to?
I don't think so. Just like one place. I think that was like after we went to the ranch or something.
Okay.
We went there. Okay.
And then you said that you guys started hanging out more. What kind of drew you more towards Aaron?
I'm really not sure. We used to watch The Walking Dead together, and we used to do that as a couple. And I had missed a few episodes, and I guess she wasn't into it. So the first time we actually really, really hung out together. We were playing Halo over at John's house. And they were watching The Walking Dead at mine.
Who was playing Halo?
Me and Aaron.
Okay. And then John and your wife?
And I think my brother were watching The Walking Dead.
Okay. So you guys were playing Halo. When was that? Do you remember
I don't know.
how long ago it was?
Whenever The Walking Dead was on, that's my only real reference.
Okay.
So we could check that.
Like when there were new episodes
Yeah.
on Netflix or anything like that? Okay, so whenever The Walking Dead was on, that's when you guys kind of hung out,
Yeah.
started getting
That's when
a
they
little
started
closer?
getting more serious, I guess.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
I don't know, like, we were playing Halo and she would talk about how she was unhappy and how she wanted to go home, but she had done better. And I don't know, just like stuff that, like, I guess now I'm thinking about it kind of makes sense, but not really. But like at the time, I didn't care. It was just like she was like a change from reality, you know, like something outside that I could focus on that wasn't, you know, the monotony of, you know, being back in my normal life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's.
What did she say about her relationship?
She said she's really unhappy. He scared her. And she'd say that he would choke her whenever, like, he would get mad, and she said she said she'd noticed it before they got married, but, you know, she thought it would change. And that's what, and then, you know, I was like, oh, I can fix this, like, in my mind, like white knight syndrome, something like that. Like, it was like, she was like a distraction from everything else that was going wrong in my life.
Okay.
Something that I could focus on and fix. Because that's like, when I get really stressed out, I can build things or fix things. It just helps my mind unwind and how I relax.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, so you thought you could fix that relationship?
Yeah, I thought I could, like, save her or, you know, maybe help her get home, just get out of a bad relationship or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
In all reality, it was just making things worse.
Okay, and is this kind of, was it like a therapy for you kind of, or?
Yeah, it was an escape, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call it therapy because I wasn't fixing anything, but it was like, you know, some people like do drugs, or like how alcohol, I would drink and be like, you know, I could focus on something else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what it was. It was just something else to focus on. You know, I could pretend my problems weren't real.
So, did it just start out talking?
Yeah, we just like have a conversation. She like, you know, we'd talk. She'd like, you know, not really happy. And honestly, that's kind of how it started. It's just avalanche downhill so fast. Like, I was falling apart so fast. It was crazy that I didn't realize that I needed help.
Tell me a little bit more about that. How did you fall down, or how did you avalanche?
Like I was playing Russian roulette 3-4 times a week, like every morning, like not caring about anything, just being reckless at work. It actually improved my squad walk or my platoon because we would just take a man and do crazy stuff, fire rockets and nothing. But it's just taking chances that didn't be taken, driving too fast, anything to kind of get like a rush or a distraction from like a feeling of nothing or emptiness.
Did maybe this relationship with Aaron, did it kind of give you that same rush?
Yeah, I think that's what it did, because like, you know, I'd play Russian roulette, I'd spin and it would click and just like, you know, put it away, that's good for the day, or, you know, just like a complete indifference unless there was something else, some kind of influence or high that I was trying to get that I could never actually get.
So is that something like an adrenaline rush is what you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, it's just, I just wanted to feel something, you know, I was really like numb to the world, you know, like my wife, she'd like yell at me or anything, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. I'd go outside and have a drink and just.
How would your wife feel if you were having a relationship, or she found out if you guys were having a relationship?
But she found out.
Oh, did she?
Yes, and she I guess she had got hold of my phone. Like, I'm surprised she found Sarah, but I've been like super secret with my phone. And I guess she had taken the SIM card out and checked the messages by putting it in her phone or something. And so she got really upset, was crying, and she told me. They confronted Aaron. I wasn't there when they confronted her. I don't remember where it was, but I guess she had been lying about him being abusive, and then he was like, I was just defending myself. She was the one that hit me first, and all sorts of stuff. Like my wife would be the one to give you more information on that because I wasn't there.
Okay.
But I guess she had been lying to me. She lied to her friends.
Lying to you about what?
Like, she was in a bad relationship that it was all. She would tell me that like they were in like a super amount of debt and all the money and spending all the money. And like, I really don't know if anything she ever told me was true or not. Because like as soon as everyone found out, I just stopped talking to her.
How long ago did that happen?
A month and a half ago, 2 months maybe. It seems like forever ago, it really does. Just because like I was in like such a bad state, like because me and my wife started going to marriage counseling after that. It really seemed like it was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just actually the whole like past like 6 months of my life, I'm just hazy, almost dreamlike. It's weird.
Okay. So the relationship started, you guys were playing Xbox, she's telling you about her relationship. Did you get into, did you describe to her your relationship with your wife, or kind of were you playing?
I confided in her, that I all, and she's like, you can't be doing that stuff. It's kind of like she was someone to talk to about stuff that I didn't want to talk to about with my wife. Problems that I didn't even think I needed to fix, but I guess consciously I knew I needed to talk to someone about. But I guess she was someone that I could tell stuff that I didn't want to tell anybody else. Because she was a secret, so I could tell her my secrets.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean when she was a secret? What?
Like when me and her were in a relationship, no one else knew about it. So I could text her things, be like, hey, this is what's going on, blah blah blah, stuff that I didn't want to talk about with the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, and did it start out, so you guys were talking, hanging out, playing Xbox, did it say, did you say, I'm going to text you? I mean, how did it happen from the night that you guys were playing Xbox? How did it happen so fast?
I got her number. Me and her were hanging out at the dog park, and one of us went to the Carl Jr., but someone's phone wasn't off, so I gave her my number, so me and Dawn would go to Carl Jr., and she could text us what they wanted. And then, I think one day she texted me, she'd be like, this, and this. I can't believe this is happening. This is what I'm supposed to be like. And then, I'd be like, well, let's meet outside. We can talk about it. And it just kind of went from there. We were texting a lot back and forth. And it's just like a real strong emotional bond grew, I guess. It's like
how often would you guys text?
A lot, like a couple times an hour at least. Every day. And it got to the point, it was a new relationship.
Mm-hmm. And was that when you were at work, or
it was at work, was at home, anytime I got the chance, really, because it was my make-believe life. Something something bad would happen, and me and Nicole get in an argument, I'd go text Aaron, get away from my real life, go to my make-believe life. My happy place, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you would text her and just whatever, random stuff about your day, or complain about
stuff like that. Just
it was kind of the same way with her too, right?
Mm-hmm.
She complained about her. Did she say anything specifically like how he acted when he came back from deployment, or what kind of things was she saying about you?
She was just saying that he'd always push her around, use McMahon moves on her when she told him to stop, he won it, and, he'd want to and just stuff like that, just, complaining, saying that she wanted to go home, but he didn't have the money to send her home. Mm-hmm. She wanted to run away and get out of there, stuff like that. Okay. She talked about leaving all the time, but I guess the big thing was that she didn't have any money to get home, and then after, because he had bought a sand rail, I guess. She was like, he spent all that money on a sand rail, and she said that he'd been lying about where he'd spending the money and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so he bought a sand rail?
Yeah.
without telling her or something?
I guess I'm not sure if he told her or not, but I know that she bought it because I guess before they met, she was living on her own. She had her own money, and she used her money to move out here. He wanted to send her back and stuff like that.
Did she ever say she wanted a divorce or anything like that? Did she talk about that?
She talked about leaving, but I don't know if she was like, she said she was scared to divorce him, but I don't know what that meant. I never really got in deep into asking her about that. She mostly talked about getting out of there, going back to Tennessee, going somewhere else. She said she wished she never got married. She didn't get the wedding she wanted.
What kind of wedding did she
She's, the big traditional style wedding. The one they did.
Do you know where they got married or what they did, or did she ever tell you about it?
She did. I think she said it was a small kind of ceremony. I don't really remember though.
Okay. Did you guys talk about like each other's marriages a lot, or was it like
mostly her telling me about how she was unhappy and scared her. But I don't know if she was lying to me or not, because from what they told me when they confronted her, she was the one that was hitting him first and always yelling at him. I don't know. So.
And then you said it kind of grew a little bit. So take you to the point where you guys are talking, or you're playing on the Xbox, you're talking on the phone. It sounds like you guys are still texting. Where does it get to the point? I mean, because it's a line that you're kind of jumping over when you start going to the kissing, or when did it become physical? How long ago?
We weren't physical very long. Maybe a couple weeks, until my wife found out. She had texted me. She was really upset about something, and she took her dog for a walk and she was crying. I don't really remember what she was upset. I think something said. But I went down there to talk to her, and I was I don't remember if we kissed that night. I don't think we did. But that was the first night that we talked for a really, really long time by ourselves. And I think the next day I went to work, and I came over to talk to her, and we kissed on the couch. I think we kissed when we played Xbox 2.
That first time?
I think so. But like I said, my emotional mindset was just it all kind of blurs together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and when you're saying kiss, I mean it's like a peck on the cheek or on the
No, it's like a new relationship, like a passionate kiss.
Like making out?
Yeah, just but I don't know, it didn't really feel right. It just kind of felt indifferent. At that point, I think I was realizing that this wasn't going to fix anything. I just, was whatever. I just wanted to keep it going. Trying to save my make-believe life. But
okay. So that first time you guys were playing Xbox, who initiated that kiss?
It was a real mutual thing.
Okay.
It wasn't someone did something or something. It was just kind of playing Xbox and kind of looked over, and then someone paused it, and then we just started kissing.
Who paused it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But and then we stopped, and it was kind of well, that was kind of weird. And then I went back to the house, and then we talked about it over text, and it was well, it wasn't that weird,
I mean, how was she with it? Okay with it?
Yeah, she was okay with it. I think we were both kind of surprised that it happened, but okay with it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that happened. You guys were playing Xbox, and then when was the next time?
She texted me late at night, said something was up, and so I went out and met her by the playground by her house, and we kissed there.
Where's the playground?
It's this is our apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fence line back here, and this is the next complex over. The playground is right here. So,
is it by the school?
No, it's
the opposite way.
Kind of you can almost see it from my cul-de-sac if you guys step out far enough. It's baseball distance thrown, 150.
she tells you something on the text. What does she say on the
I
text?
think she said she couldn't sleep, or fight that night, something. That's always what we talked about, was just like, I wasn't sleeping well either. And so she asked me to meet her out there, and I did, and we talked about what was going on. Every conversation we ended up talking about how she wasn't happy, how she wanted to leave. I kept telling her, like, just do it. And she's like, I can't, blah, 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 blah. So that was probably her lying to me about how, like, because I'm sure she wanted to leave, but I'm sure she could have even did what she wanted to.
So why do you think she was lying?
Huh?
Why do you think she was lying to you?
She was lying to everybody. Because when she was telling me that I was hitting her and choking her and she was scared for her life, she was hitting back. She never told me that. She never told me that she was yelling to.
She was making him out to be the bad guy.
Yeah, that's when she was villainating him, trying to make him this evil figure in my mind, when I don't think he really was. I mean, at least not to the point that I'm sure they had their arguments, but I don't think he was like to the point of what she was saying. But I don't know their actual internal relationship, so.
Okay. So you guys met out in the park, like, what time at night would that have been?
It was late, it was like 10 in the morning, something like that.
Okay. Where your wife was in the house?
Yeah, my wife was sleeping.
Okay. Did she ever catch you going out or sneaking out or anything like that, or?
She was really mad at me the night that Erin was walking her dogs and crying after the RV, because I guess I was there longer than I thought. And she was like,
She knew you were talking to her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like, why are you out there so long? And I was just like feeding her some bullshit.
What were you telling her?
I was like, well, I was telling her like that she was crying and stuff, but my worries out there were to comfort Erin, not that and like, just stuff like that. Like, she was starting to get suspicious, I think, at that point. And because I'm usually not real guarded about my phone. I'm on it pretty constantly because of work, and I have names on those, I think, but I had like 6 different passwords on it, and like all sorts of things.
And she knew you were being more guarded about the phone?
Yeah. I thought I was playing smart, but can't outsmart the wife.
So you had 6 different like passcodes?
Yeah,
I had phone or something?
I had my lock screen, an app lock, an app that locked my phone, like all sorts of stuff.
So when you guys talked, was it primarily text message or was it any other apps?
No, it's primarily text message.
Okay. Do you guys have like Facebook
I don't
or
have a Facebook.
Twitter, Snapchat, any of those kind of like, what are the other apps they use nowadays? What is it, the Kick app or whatever it is? Or
I'm not real into the social media thing.
yeah, I don't even know if those are the right names or anything like that. Okay, so you don't have Facebook. Do you have Twitter or anything like that? Instagram?
No.
Okay. Do you know what she does?
I don't. I've actually shared the Facebook. I'd seen on it,
Okay.
but I don't know if she has a Twitter or an Instagram or anything like that. So.
Okay. So you talked just primarily text messages and phone calls?
Very rarely.
Okay.
Like calling, we never really called each other.
Okay. You didn't want it to show up?
Yeah,
on the bill,
it was that, and it's just like, I talked to her around a lot, so calling on the phone, it wasn't opportunistic.
Oh, so you were texting. Who did you think you were texting when you were on your phone or
I
other?
don't know. Honestly, she probably knew I was, sometimes I thought I was texting Erin, unless the conversation was casual. But, sometimes I tell her I was texting someone else, or she'd be like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to Connor, or I'm talking to my sister, or anything like that.
Did she ever say, let me see your phone, or did she get jealous like that?
No.
Okay. You said she found out, or she got it?
She was getting really suspicious, and I guess what she did was she took the SIM card out of my phone and plugged it into the computer and accessed my text messages through that.
Okay. What kind of text messages did she file?
Just hey, I love you, I'm glad we're seeing each other, stuff like that, because I thought I was in love with her, but it was just that make-believe life that I was in love with, that not normal daily routine.
Yeah. But you told her that you loved her. Did she tell you that she loved you?
She did.
Okay.
And I honestly, I kind of think she meant it. Because after it ended, I care for her, at some level, because she did, probably help me not kill myself a little to an extent. She was, a change of pace, and there would probably always be that slight emotional bond that was there. But, after we stopped talking, I realized, like, hey, I'm not myself. I don't know what's going on. She lied to me about this and this. I don't even know who she was, really. Like, I don't know if she, lied to me completely or partially or not at all. It's just like, when you're in that kind of relationship, you don't know who's who. Because I didn't know who I was, so if I don't know who I am, I can't tell who anybody else is.
When did you guys stop talking?
As soon as my wife found out.
When was that?
A month and a half ago, I think. It seems like forever. If you ask her, she would know.
So a month and a half ago. Tell me, that was when she pulled the SIM card out? It was about a month and a half ago?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe 2 months. I don't think it was any more than 2 months ago, though.
Okay, about 2 months ago, a month and a half
Yeah,
ago.
2 months tops.
Okay, so she finds that, she pulls that out. Did you let go of your phone, or, what, did she get your phone at work? How did she get the SIM card out of that?
She did it during the night while I was sleeping, so I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. And she, naturally and rightfully lost her mind. We had a huge argument, I told her everything, how I was feeling. Because she didn't know that I was feeling suicidal. She knew I was upset and, not right, but, she didn't know the extent of it. It's really probably just pure chance that I'm alive, because I was spinning that cylinder almost every morning.
Okay. Oh, what kind of gun was it?
It's a revolver, it's a GP100 357.
Okay. So you were spinning that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she found text messages about that, talking about you being well. She found text messages about you telling her that you loved her,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. Did it talk about anything physical? Did it talk about kisses?
I don't think so, because she asked me about that, and I told her we had kissed, and she got really upset by that, and I don't know if Aaron told them that we hadn't or not, but she told me that Aaron said I initiated it, but I didn't. It was a mutual thing. I think Aaron was really scared because I wasn't there when he confronted her.
Okay, and how many times did you guys kiss?
4 tops.
Okay, so you guys kissed 4 times. Did anything else happen other than kissing?
No.
Okay, any touching, groping?
Maybe some hands up and down while we were kissing, but nothing real heavy.
Okay.
Nothing under clothes or anything like that.
Okay, so clothes never came off. Any oral sex on either side?
No, it never went past kissing.
Okay. Never had any type of intercourse with her?
No.
Okay. So tell me the farthest that you did with her?
The farthest we went was making out and hands moving across each other's bodies, just kind of basic new relation exploration type stuff, when you kiss somebody, you move your hands around, you pull them closer. That's as far as we ever got.
Okay. So just kissing.
Yes.
And just kind of touching
Mm-hmm.
and moving. Okay. Did you ever take clothes off around her?
I was shirtless around her, but that was at the ranch and stuff, never while we were by ourselves.
Okay. Did she ever take her clothes off around you?
No.
Okay. And when you guys were hanging out, was it during TV episodes, or was it during the day, or when were you guys able to hang out? When did these make out sessions or whatever happen?
Most of them happened in the morning after John would go to PT before I would leave for work, because since I was in charge of Lieutenant Marines, I had a more relaxed morning schedule. I could do my own thing. And my wife's not a morning person, so she's not up till 9 or 10 anyways. So I would wait for John to go to work, and she would text me, come over and give her a morning kiss. That only happened a few times before everybody actually found out.
Okay, so John would go to PT at what time?
Early, 5:36, something like that.
And then you had to go to work at what time?
8, maybe you had to be in there in the office by.
Okay. So between 5:30 or 6, you'd get a text message. What would it say? Just say, come over?
Be like, hey, come over, something like that. That only happened a couple of times. There was the Xbox time and then by the park. And that's really the only encounter we had, because our relationship hadn't, it was just starting to get to that point when everybody found out.
Okay. Is there going to be more than 4 times that she's texting you in the morning, like around those 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning? I mean, is there going to be more text messages, records or whatever if we find that?
I'm not sure. There probably will be, but I can't honestly remember like every moment that we texted.
You guys texted pretty frequently?
Yes, very frequently.
What time would you normally wake up in the mornings?
5:30 or 6. Usually wake up. Sometimes I'd go PT on my own. Sometimes I would just hang out in the morning and get ready for work.
Okay, so you'd wake up about 5:30, 6, and what time do you go to bed usually?
Midnight, 1, maybe later. I wasn't sleeping a lot, so.
Okay, so it's a normal day is, kind of take me through a normal day. You wake up at what time and then just kind of take me through a normal
Normally
day?
I wake up 5:30 or 6. I'd either go PT or not, depending, because my knees, they hurt a lot, depending on how I was feeling. And then I'd go into work about 8. I'd be in the office, taking care of rosters, range, and doing all sorts of just, leadership type stuff. Come home for lunch from about 11:30 to 13, and then go back to work till 16, 17, and come home for the day.
Okay. And then when you got home from the day, what was your kind of nightly routine like?
Come home, change out of camis, help with dinner, maybe relax, play some video games, maybe not, have a drink, and then just basically get ready for bed.
And so you went over, if you went over to Aaron's house, it'd be in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go over there during the day or at night?
No, not usually, because I was there, so if I went over there during the night, it would have been either to see or if me and
Okay. But when you hung out with Aaron primarily, what time was that during the day?
It's usually like hung out, I'd see him in the morning, but we usually hung out like either after work or off work hours, like each other's mutual spouses were doing something. We usually sit outside and talk or just hang out.
Okay.
But most of our interactions was through text.
Okay, most of those texts. Well, when you would go over there in the morning, like how long would you hang out over there?
Not long, half hour tops. Just because, I was doing mosquito on you. I was trying to he just flew behind you.
Thanks.
Without trying to be secret of it, I wasn't trying to draw a lot of attention in case anybody was out and about or saw it.
Did anyone ever see you going over there or confront you on there or
No.
anything like that? Okay, did your wife ever know that you were going over there at those times?
No.
Okay. Even when she found the text messages, did she know?
She knew that at that point that I was seeing her, and I don't think she cared when it happened, or like she was just really upset that it had happened.
Okay, so you saw her in the mornings, and then you wouldn't hang with her because you were at work, right? Until like 16 or so.
Yeah, 16, 17,
Okay.
sometimes later, depending on what needed to get done for the day.
And then as couples, you guys hang out at night or something.
Not usually, but like occasionally we would. It wasn't a regular thing.
Okay, and then so you made out for about 4 times. When you went over in the mornings, did anything escalate past kissing?
No.
Okay. Would you guys hang out? Which part of the room would you guys hang out, or in
The living room.
Okay. Did you ever go in the bedroom?
No.
Okay. Any other rooms in the house? Is there multiple bedrooms?
They all have 2 bedrooms, but no, we just hung out in the living room.
And did you guys ever go to any other parts of the house?
No, well, I'd go to the kitchen, but we never really hung out in there.
Okay. And then what kind of stuff would you guys talk about when you were over there in the mornings?
I just asked her how she slept and what the rest of the plan for her day and what she planned on doing, stuff like that. Just basic normal generic morning conversation.
Okay.
Like when we talked, it wasn't anything like special or crazy. It was just like, someone else to talk to.
And how does she make you feel?
Just not necessarily good, just, like there was something there. Like it's, that new relationship feeling where it's like, this is cool, this is new, it's something, it's just, like I said, it's just a change from what I thought was wrong. But I came back and not everything was the way I thought it was going to be. it's just,
I know you said you, that was kind of like your fake life. You had a real life and then kind of a fake life. Did you ever seriously consider making that the real life or making her the real person that you want to be with?
I think in my mind I thought I did, but it was a big part of me not ever going anywhere, because like I didn't ever want her to get a broken home, and I think that's what really drew me back and like kept me from going super far, was like the fact that I had my daughter. You know, like in my mind I knew that it was wrong what I was doing, and that, you know, I told her that I wouldn't leave her, and I told her that I had thought about it, and if I didn't have, then, you know, I might, but since she was there, I wouldn't.
Okay, so you guys talked about you actually leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about those conversations.
Like, she asked, you know, because we thought we were like perfect together, we thought we were happy, you know, because it's the new relationship, like nothing.
You and Aaron?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing could go wrong. We didn't fight at all. And she's like, you know, why don't we just stay with each other? I'm like, and then I tell her I'm not gonna put Liberty through a broken home. She's like, well, Liberty's a strong kid. She do it. I'm like, regardless, you know, how strong she is, it's just not something that I want to put her through. You know, we bounced ideas back and forth, you know, but like, I don't know if like I knew it was wrong, or if just like subconsciously, like I knew I would never do it, but I just told her, you know, this stuff's not going to happen. You know, I think we had talked about it a couple times. We might have texted about it, but I never really seriously considered actually ever leaving, if only for the fact that we.
Okay, if you know, obviously he's here, but I mean, if there was no here, you didn't have
There
no
was no
daughter.
myself.
Right. Okay.
I was at that point, like, she was pretty much the only thing that was keeping me alive, you know. I mean, like, I almost did a couple times just by pure chance, but like, if it wasn't for her, I would have put 6 in the cylinder.
Okay. So Liv kind of like your anchor, your strong.
She's my strong one. So.
Okay. But I mean, okay, so without her, would you ever seriously consider, you know, making Aaron your relationship, or, you know, kind of fixing you while fixing Aaron, or, you know, kind of thought?
Not now that I know.
Well, before.
Yeah. When me and Aaron were at our strongest, I probably would have, you know, because like everything seemed like it was perfect. But, you know, I can't even say it was real, because I don't even know if she was telling the truth or not. That's the thing, you know. It's like watching a movie, you know, and being like, you know, if that could be my life, I would, but it's not real, you know. It's a fantasy, it's a fake idea.
Did you guys ever watch movies and love stories or whatever it was and talk about it?
We watched, what's that movie? Moulin Rouge downstairs, but there was more people. Actually, we kissed in us too. That was the second time, I think. Now that I remember, because our downstairs neighbor saw us. His wife actually saw us, and we were watching Moulin Rouge when that happened.
Okay. So the wife, what's the wife's name? She saw you guys kissing?
Mm-hmm.
Were you on the couch? Or?
Yeah, we were on separate couches, and then as the movie had progressed, we moved to one couch where I was sitting below her on the floor, you know, trying to act casual as you could be, or you're, you know, trying to get close to somebody.
Did the downstairs neighbors know that you guys were kind of having a relationship?
I'm dead, but, you know, she was like, hey, it's none of my business what you guys are doing. You need to fix yourself. It's not my place to be telling people what you're doing, you know.
Okay. So she kind of knew that you guys had a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
After or before that kiss? When did she know about the relationship?
She saw it, and then she asked me what we were doing. You know, and I knew she had saw us, so I told her, you know, and she was like, well, it's not my place to, you know, be telling people about your business, but you need to think about what you're doing. So she was basically telling me that I should stop, but that she wasn't going to say anything anyway.
When did that happen? Like recently?
No, it was after the Xbox thing, but before everybody found out. So it was probably a week and a half, 2 weeks before everybody found out. I'm not sure.
When you're saying everybody found out, how long ago was that?
About a month and a half ago. So our relationship probably started about 2 months ago, and then kind of progressed it from friends to like social buddies to like an emotional closeness, and then real briefly we were kissing, and then everybody found out, and then that was the end of it.
Okay, and
that was kind of like my reckoning point where I realized, I was messed up and I needed to ask for help.
How long has it been that you guys were text messaging? Pretty frequent. I mean, you said you were frequently texting her 2 times an hour, 3 times an hour. How long did that go on
for? Probably about 2 months, maybe a little longer. Like it wasn't real frequently up until the point where we actually started like talking to each other pretty seriously. Before that, it was real just kind of a conversation.
Okay. So when you guys had the casual conversation, you were still texting each other?
Mm-hmm. Like every now and then, not real often. But it wasn't until I think she had texted me about something she had like said or something like that we really started talking.
Okay. And then, can you estimate how long you guys got really serious on the text messages?
Not really, a month maybe total. Like it just, like I said, it just really seems, it kind of blurs together. Because like that whole time I wasn't really thinking straight about anything. Just really focused on work and just trying to not focus on everything else.
Mm-hmm. And during the time that you were texting Aaron, how was your relationship with
It was under a lot of duress, a lot of strain. Like she kept trying to talk about things, and I just kept shutting her out. Because in my mind I was like, why do I need to talk to her? I talk to Aaron. There's nothing wrong with my marriage. I gotta fix this one. I got my make-believe life. It's just, and she kept trying to get me to open up, and I just kept shutting her out. But getting to the point where I was shutting everybody out. I wasn't talking to my parents anymore. It was just getting bad.
And then what was like the physical life between you and your wife? Were you still having sex?
Yes, we were. We've always had a pretty physical relationship, and for her, it's like a de-stressor. So even like if she was mad at me, we always had a very good sex life. Okay,
so it was pretty frequent. I mean,
yeah.
How many times were we talking a week?
2 times a week, maybe 3 if it was a good week or a bad week.
Okay. So, I mean, has that ever changed in the time you were talking to Aaron, where you stopped having sex with your wife?
No.
Or, okay. So it's been pretty.
Well, we stopped having sex for a while after she found out that she was really mad at me, and she didn't trust me, and she didn't want to be, she didn't want to have me touch her because I had kissed another girl, and that was a really big deal to her. And so, I think like a week or 2 we had stopped having sex.
And how long was that?
A couple weeks, so a month ago-ish. So, but she said I need to earn trust back and need to earn the right to touch her again and be a good husband, stuff like that. And that's why we started doing the marriage classes.
So a month ago, that's when you stopped having sex?
No, we had stopped having sex for like a 2-week period, if that. It was right after she found out that I was talking to Aaron. So, like if you need like better dates, she'd be the one to ask. She remembers like everything like that.
Okay. So there was a couple week period where you guys stopped. She said she didn't trust you.
Yeah.
Because you kissed Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Did she think that you guys did anything else?
No, I told her we didn't. she believed me. It's just that kissing is a really big deal to her. It's just like, actually physical contact in general with her is a huge deal because she's not a real like social person. Like she doesn't hug people. She doesn't like hold hands with her family. So like physical contact with her is a huge deal.
Okay. Did Nicole ever accuse you of having there?
No, she asked me if I had, but she never accused me of it. Because I told her we hadn't, and she believed me, so.
What made her believe you about having sex?
I honestly don't know. I told her we didn't, so. I mean, I'm sure in the back of her mind she probably suspected it, but she never, like once I told her we didn't, she knew that was it.
Okay. So that was about a month and a half ago or so.
Give or take, yeah.
Okay, when she found out, tell me how your relationship with Aaron went. Describe that for me.
It just stopped. So, like, she found out, and my wife, she took my phone for a while, and she was holding on to it. And so, me and Aaron just, stopped talking.
Okay, so that was how long ago?
Month and a half ago whenever we found out. So it just ended.
Have you talked to Aaron since that day?
No. Like, I'd see her now and then outside, but we don't exchange words anymore.
Okay. So in person, you haven't met with her since then?
No.
Have you gone to her house since then?
No.
And have you texted or used any other type of app to communicate with her since then?
No.
Okay. So a month and a half ago, what was your last contact like with Aaron?
I think it was just like a normal casual conversation that we had because I didn't know Nicole was going to find out. And then, she found out, and then she wanted me to talk to her, but we never ended up doing it. And so my last conversation with her was probably good night and sleep tight. That was our thing. So.
And do you know what day it was or
I don't.
time or
No.
what time did you guys usually text each other good night?
Midnight around there, depending if someone was tired or someone was awake.
Okay. So that was about a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Okay, no contact since?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you actually saw her?
I think last week, she was outside or she was, I can't be real sure, but I think that's the last time I remember seeing her. Because she stayed inside a lot, especially after everything blew up and went down. She was inside a lot. I think she was afraid that it was in front of her again. Because from what I gathered, like it was when they confronted her, it was pretty bad. Like she was trying to like, lie her way out of it or something. But I wasn't there when it happened.
Okay, do you know when that day was when they confronted her?
Mm-hmm. I think he would, but
Was there also?
I think so. He was there. Was there? I think he was there.
Okay. So were there when they confronted Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
Why did your wife confront Aaron?
She wanted to like clear the playing field, like understand everything that was going on. Because she got my side of the story. I told her what had happened. I think she wanted to get Aaron's half. Because I told her what we were talking about, stuff like that. And my wife, she saw all the text messages. And so, when someone does something wrong, you tell them they did something wrong, that's the why they did it. She's not a confrontational person, but she will let you know when you've done wrong, if you've done wrong.
And what was the outcome to that confrontation?
I think she told them that I had kissed her first. They had found out that's when they found out that she was lying. She lied to me. She was lying about doing. She was lying, I guess, to her friends, to everybody else. You know, I don't really know because I was trying to, it was a really soft, like, sensitive subject for me. So I was trying to avoid the conversation as well as I could and Nicole would bring it up. Because, like, I was like picking up pieces of, you know, everything that I had done.
Okay. And so you saw her last week. What did you know what day that was?
It was the middle of the week, I think. Because I've been on leave from the 9th to just last Sunday.
What kind of leave is it?
It was just annual leave because I was supposed to be working up at the ranch, helping them fix things and get our horses ready to move. But my Jeep stopped working, and then my wife's Jeep stopped working, and so we hadn't had any way to go anywhere. So just a really bad stint of luck this past month. It just seems like every time me and her try to like move or leave or somewhere, like our first apartment, 2 months before I deployed, because the owner of the original apartment, I guess, wasn't paying the bank, and he just like split, and they kind of fined him, so he just popped a lot of money. And so our apartments got foreclosed, and then so we were just paying the bank our normal monthly rate, and someone bought it, and they were raising the rates, but since we were in there, they said they wanted. And then 2 months before I deployed, they kicked us out because they said they didn't want dogs in the apartments anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so she ended up staying with some friends we have here. And then the second appointment, 2 months in, found out she miscarried. The third appointment really wasn't that bad, except for the fact that she was worried that I was going to get blown up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it didn't get bad until we got back. And I was having a hard time adjusting. That's when stuff started going downhill.
Okay. And you said your wife was pregnant, miscarried. When was that?
My second deployment. I don't remember the exact dates. You'd have to ask her. Like I said, main dates, we just I don't remember things real well anymore.
Okay. And do you know if Erin was ever pregnant?
She was.
When was she pregnant?
Before I started talking to her, she was pregnant, and then she had miscarriage. And I guess she didn't seem that bothered by it. And when I talked to her afterwards, she was like, "Yeah, I didn't really want the baby anyway. You know, I didn't want to be tied down."
Okay. Do you know when that happened?
Not really. I think they'd been there for a couple of months because I think she was a couple months pregnant, maybe.
Did she look pregnant?
Not really remember. No.
Okay.
Because I don't think she was pregnant when I first met her. And then, because she never really looked pregnant to me.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it looked like she might have been gaining a little weight, but not pregnant. And then she said she was a little ready. And then she told everybody that she miscarried eventually.
Okay. And now, you don't know when that was sometime.
Yeah, it was just sometime.
That was before you started talking
Yes.
to her, texting her, or whatever it was?
It was.
Okay. And she, was she upset by that?
Like, she was, I mean, actually, I don't think she was upset at all, really.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff was she saying about John or with the baby or anything like that? What kind of stuff was she confiding into you?
She was glad. She was glad that she miscarried, kind of. She said she wasn't upset by it because, you know, she didn't want to have a baby. She was scared that she was going to get tied down. Because, like, at that point, like, after the miscarriage, I'm not sure if that's when, like, stuff for them started to go bad or what, but, you know, she was like, you know, stuff started to get worse after the miscarriage.
Okay.
That's what she was telling me anyway.
The stuff between her and him fighting and stuff like that, or what else was she saying was going bad?
She was just saying they were fighting a lot, that she was saying that he was spending all their money, that he was putting them in a huge amount of debt, and that she was doing better by herself before she met him. She'd tell me that she had her own money when she was living by herself, she had plenty, and that she used it all to move here to be with him, so.
Okay. And did Erin work, or was she in the Marine Corps? Or?
No, she had a babysitting job for a while, and then she got a job at Tractor Supply for a short while.
Where's Tractor Supply?
It's in Yucca, by where the old Walmart used to be. You know where Jack in the Box is? as you go through yoga.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like kind of behind it in a big plaza complex.
Okay. So she was babysitting? Who was she babysitting for? Just somebody?
Just random people as far as I knew. I
Okay.
didn't ever know anything.
Has she been working recently?
I don't know. I haven't had any contact with her, so. I
Okay.
don't think so though, because Isabel said that she was having a hard time like keeping up payments for her course.
Okay.
So
When you guys were talking and texting, was she working at all?
I think so. I think she's working with Jefferson by then.
Okay. You don't know?
Not not 100% sure.
Did you ever visit her at work?
No.
So that was Tractor Supply, and then you know why she stopped working at Tractor Supply?
I think she said she was getting like headaches from the legs or something.
Okay. So she was pregnant, she miscarried, but she was okay with it.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Okay. And then you saw her Wednesday of last week?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I just know this because her from out barbecuing a lot. I don't remember the day, but I think she came out to say something to him because whenever they were out, I would usually just go inside just because like just trying to avoid them. Like I just didn't really want to talk to any of them. Like John, he wanted to move past it, I think, because like he'd come and like he'd offer me a drink or offer me a shot. And he's like, it just kind of seemed weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like part of my life that I wanted to move past.
Mm-hmm.
That's like after everything happened, I started like trying to focus on moving forward, getting ready to leave, getting past all that.
Okay. And during that relationship when you guys were together, I mean, I know you text, you rarely talked on the phone, but did you guys ever exchange letters, poems, anything like that that was like written, or you know, did you guys ever read stuff to each other or anything like that?
I think she kept a journal. I don't think I ever wrote anything because I write recreationally, but I never actually physically wrote or anything.
So she has a journal, like a diary or something?
I think she mentioned it, but I don't think I ever saw it.
Okay. But she never showed you anything out of that? Or? Okay.
She used to draw. I think she showed me a couple of drawings. That's it.
Did she ever draw any photographs or any pictures for you, like specifically for you?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's just like paper trails, you know, like we were trying to keep each other safe, I guess, from what we thought was wrong in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. And then you said you write for that. What was that? You write like books or something?
No, I write poetry.
Okay.
So I've written a couple of short stories, but
Anything been published or anything like that?
No, I usually just I write them and then I most of the time just burn them because I write to relieve stress, like when I build things.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never published anything though.
Do you have anything like website or anything like that? You put anything on the internet?
No, I put something into a contest one time, but nothing ever came of it.
Because, you know, sometimes people have like blogs or writers, stuff like that. I mean,
No,
they're trying to get.
Not a real big electronic type person.
Mm-hmm. So when you wrote, was it like a notebook?
Yeah, it's, like I have some of them at my house, but it's mostly pen and paper.
Okay. Short stories, poems, you said?
Yeah.
Did you write anything for her?
No.
Okay.
No, because I mean, like, I wrote stuff to myself, but never anything that I gave to her.
Was it about her though?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about some of that stuff.
Like when after we everything everything stopped, you know, I was still kind of emotionally unstable, so I was like writing, like trying to figure out where I was standing, you know, how I felt about her, how I felt about everything else. But once I gathered, you know, everything how I felt, I learned all of them. So.
Did she ever see any of those poems or stories that you wrote? Okay, she doesn't know anything about those?
No.
Okay. And you're saying you're just trying to get rid of the paper trail, right? You didn't want your wife to find out.
Basically, I didn't want her to leave somewhere and have John find something.
Okay. Okay, and then, so you saw her last Wednesday. What kind of car does she got?
Her?
Yeah.
A blue Corolla.
Okay, is it newer or?
Yes, I'm not sure on the year. It's not old. It's probably a 2000-ish.
Where did she park the Corolla?
They parked in their carport. They both drove it.
Where was the carport compared to where you guys, his apartment is?
Mine for my Jeep is, hers is 2 to the right.
Okay.
Is the one directly next to mine.
Okay, so it's yours,
And
and
then,
then Aaron.
mhm.
Okay, and then, had you seen her car? I mean, she wasn't working, right?
No.
Did you drive that to work back and forth?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
I think sometimes she drove him off because I'd see it, either he was home for lunch or she had it because I come home for lunch and I'd see it there sometimes. But most of the time during the day it was gone.
Okay, so during the day he was driving it,
Mm-hmm.
and she was at home?
Yeah.
Okay, did she ever drive during the day?
Maybe. Honestly, I can't tell you because that'd be a question because I didn't have any interaction with her. I'm sure she did. I mean,
Well, you hadn't had any interaction for about a month and a half, but
yeah.
when you guys were talking, did she drive it during the day?
Yeah, she drove it during the day.
Where did she drive it?
She'd drive it up to the ranch sometimes or to the store whenever they had money. I don't think she ever just recreationally drove it though.
Okay. So does it, what type of schedule is it? He PTs in the morning, at about what time, 5:30 or 6?
Yeah, like 5:36, and then he'd just come home and shower, and then would go back to work for the day like I did.
And what job did he have?
He's an artilleryman, so I don't know what his actual job entails, but he worked in a whole,
Day shift?
I got it, yeah.
What days do you normally work?
Monday through Friday, like me.
Okay. And weekends off?
Mm-hmm. Usually.
Okay. And then, so would you see their cars there on the weekend?
Sometimes. I really don't keep track of other things, and so like I said, unless she states it's something like wrong or different, I don't really remember. But yeah, like sometimes, most days or most weekends I'd be there, but I think I hang out in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's a real big get and go anywhere kind of person.
Okay. So then, Aaron, and I know you talked to the deputies, but what day did the deputies talk to you?
Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon, I think.
Okay. When did they say that Aaron was missing? Or do you know when Aaron was missing?
I think they said Saturday afternoon or Saturday time frame is what they said.
Saturday afternoon she went missing?
Yeah, well, because they said that they talked to me. They said I hadn't heard from her for a while, and she didn't come home, and then he was concerned. That's what they told me. So they didn't give me an exact time when she was.
Okay. And then Friday, did you even work your normal shift on Friday? Or you've been
I was on leave, so Friday.
Let's do like what you just did on a normal day. Let's start with Friday, and just from the time you woke up, kind of walk me through your day Friday, and we'll do that for the same for Saturday too. So,
Okay, Friday, me and my wife went to the ranch. We were at the ranch really late.
what time did you get to wake up? Friday morning.
9:30-ish. We both slept in pretty late. And then we got ready, like we normally do, and we went to the ranch and we were there all day. We got back really late, I think like 11:30.
Was your daughter with you?
Yes.
She stayed at the ranch with you until 11:30?
Yeah, she usually falls asleep on the way back and we carry her upstairs.
What kind of stuff were you guys doing at the ranch on Friday?
I was working with my horse, because he's an off-the-track thoroughbred, so he doesn't know trail very well and he's struggled with hills. So I was trying to teach him just little up and down hills. My wife was working with her horse. His feet are too small, so his hooves are kind of messed up. And so she was trying new boots on him. And then my daughter just kind of wanders around and does stuff. She hangs out with the dogs and some of the other kids that are there.
So there's other kids that hang out.
Sometimes, yeah, there's other people that volunteer there.
Okay. So all day Friday you were at the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Saturday, what time did you go to bed Friday night?
Midnight, I think, because we got home like 11:30, and we went to bed about midnight.
Okay. Went to bed at midnight. What time did you wake up Saturday?
6, about.
Okay.
Because I was going to go coyote hunting that morning. Actually, I went coyote hunting that morning, and he was supposed to come with me. And he said he couldn't go. And I asked him why not. He said because there were still guys over that night. And so I was like, geez, they're fine, they can take care of themselves, come with me. But he didn't want to go. So I went by myself. And then I went down Adobe, took a left on 62 to Old Gold Crown Road. I tried to explain to the deputies, and I can take you guys there if you need to, it's just I can't really point it out on the map. You go down Gold Crown Road, quite a ways, over the mountain pass, and then you take a left and it leads you to another mountain ridge. And I got out and I hiked for a while, and I was looking for a good place to find coyotes. And then I got kind of lost, and at one point in time, I'm not sure the time of the day, I didn't check, but I'm not sure if the individual shot at me or if it was just like recreational shooting. But there was an individual out there with a handgun, and it was fired in my general direction. And so I got out of there as fast as I could, but I wasn't sure if he was shooting at me or just shooting. And then I got back to my Jeep, and then I came out, followed Gold Crown Road to Old Delmine Road, and then followed that to the road that comes out of the National Park, and came home that way. And then I got home about 3:30. Me and my wife took a nap for a while, and then we watched Pokemon with my daughter. And then around 9:30, I got Santana's for my family. Came back, and then we watched Tinkerbell, the Pirate Fairy, until my daughter fell asleep. And then we went to sleep probably about 11:30 that night.
So Saturday morning you wake up at what time?
About 6.
6 o'clock. And you get ready, what are you wearing?
It was just jeans and a t-shirt. Because it was midday, and, by that point I was pretty sure the coyotes were going to be gone, so I wasn't really worried about hiding. And it was more, about Frozen 2. And I had gotten really bummed out because he had texted me, like as my service was breaking up, that he could come, so I asked him to meet up with me. But I didn't know that text message had went out, but it did, and I didn't see it because I didn't look at my phone letters at the time. And I guess he was looking for me in the national park somewhere. But where I was, it wasn't really in the park. I get out through the park, but that's the only way I know how. But it's outside the park, and so he misunderstood where I was going. So he couldn't find me.
Okay, so you wake up and you're wearing what kind of shoes?
My combat boots.
You're wearing combat boots? Okay, and where are the boots at?
They're my house.
Okay, so they're house, just regular, what color boots are you
They're
wearing?
just tan, steel-toe combat boots.
Okay, and then what's the tread like on your boots?
It's kind of a rough triangle pattern, I guess.
Okay, and then you're wearing what type of jeans?
Just normal blue jeans, denim blue jeans.
Okay, and then what kind of shirt are you wearing?
Kind of like this, but it was white color.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You know what brand or?
No, I don't know off the top of my head, but I could show you guys. I got it.
Okay. Did you wear a hat?
I had a black ball cap, but I didn't really wear it because it was hot out. I just brought it.
Okay. And then what gear did you take to go coyote hunting?
I took my 22 Magnum, a mat to shoot off of, and a blanket as a rest. But I forgot all my water, so I was out there for quite a while with no water. And I actually, on the way back, I talked to a couple, and they gave me some water.
On the way back from where?
On the way back into Plant Palms. Because I'd been out there so long, I was like really, really dehydrated. So I was like stopping and asking everybody that I ran into for water. And they happened to have a bottle.
Okay, so you let me see, piece of paper, because I'm not super familiar with the area. Yeah. You're kind of describing some words, some streets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It would it help you if you kind of draw it a little bit?
Well, here, I can pull it up on Google.
Okay. Well, and then if that helps you on Google, and if you could draw, like what streets you kind of took, just so it kind of gives me an idea of the map.
Okay.
How.
This is Adobe.
Where's Adobe at?
This would be like the main gate right here.
Okay, that's where we want you to make it.
Yeah. And then this would be Lear, would be kind of like here.
That's the street we came up to the 62.
And then this is the corner. This is the 62. We continue this way to Yucca. And then this is the 62. Going up. I'm not sure it's continued. I think the AC go that way. But you go down the 62. I'm not sure the exact distance. But there's a road. It's called Gold Crown Road. And it goes off into the desert, and then you go past a couple mountains, you go through them, and then hooks up right, and then
That's, is that right or is it left?
well,
Which way are we going?
let's see, driving, and then to the left, and then another right. This is where I got lost, because I've only been out there a couple of times.
Okay.
But eventually it comes to where it splits off, kind of like this, and this goes towards the mountains. And I went this way towards these mountains. And then I got out at the base of them and came over, and the guy was 150, 200 yards out, completely out of handgun range, but that's why I wasn't sure if he was just shooting or shooting at me.
Did you see it again?
Yeah, but not very well, because like what happened was I came over the ridge line and I saw him, and he was kind of like squatting. I don't know if he was like reloading, but he's kind of like this, and I was like, hey, and I went like this, and I was thirsty, I needed water, and he kind of turned, and he went like this, boom, 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 and I heard 4 shots as I was coming back down the ridge line, and I don't know if he kept firing after that, but I was getting out of there, and so I came back down, found my way back to here, and then this goes and leads out of the mountains and comes out of Old Del Mine Road, which you follow for a while, and then I don't know the name of the road it comes out to. This is like a really long dirt road. It comes out to a concrete road that they're working on, and one way goes to Cottonwood Springs. And the other way goes back to 29, but at one point in time, somewhere through here, you come into the national park. And so you say going to Cottonwood Springs, you go to 29 Palms. And then this road goes, and like all sorts of, because you pass like a big cholla patch and other plants, and it's like an exhibit, like a tourist type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes down.
Where's that at on the road?
The cholla patches.
Uh-huh.
If you see them, it's an exhibit ahead, and then like you can pull off and rest.
When you were driving on this, so this is the way you went. Can you do like a little hash mark or something where every time you stopped your truck or your Jeep? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because this looks like the line you're going. If you could do like a little hash mark of where you actually stopped your Jeep. So off the 62, you go into Gold Crown.
And I stopped here.
Okay.
And this is a stoplight.
Okay. But like actually stopped your Jeep and got out.
Oh, okay.
So here by the mountain range?
Yep. And that's really the only place I got out, because by this point I was pretty thirsty, and like I knew I was still kind of far from where I needed to be. So I came back, and then this trail that comes to the mountains up here, it takes a while to get through. And mine. It curves around kind of. I stopped there and got out to check out that mine. And then I got back in my vehicle and then came back, and then I stopped here, Tesla for water, and at White Tank Campsite was where I actually found the guy with the water, and that's like farther up the road. And then at the entrance to the park, which would be farther over here, I stopped to get, I guess, a visitor's pass because I didn't have one. And then
What time did you get the visitor's pass, do you remember?
I texted Connor right after I came out the gate.
It's not a big deal if you don't have it.
It was probably around 3, because I got home about 3:30. So, but they had cameras there, so.
Okay, but you were already in the park, prior to getting up,
Yeah.
or whatever the visitors pass. And so where on this map did you say the guy was shooting?
Back here, be kind of behind these mountains.
Okay, do you know what the mountains are called?
I don't even know where that area was. That was actually the first time I've been down that road. So people shoot all the time. Actually, right here, me and one of my buddies, we stopped, and there was 3 guys with ARs, and they were just, the road kind of intersects like this, and they were tucked into like a little alcove, and they were shooting this way, and you actually can't see them. They just get up on what they're shooting. And so I guess people shoot out there all the time. But.
Okay. So from your house, where's your house at? Here's Adobe. Just put like an X where your house is at. Okay. And then, so you go out that way to the 62 to Gold Crown. Did you make any other stops prior?
I got fuel earlier that morning.
Where'd you get fuel?
On base.
And what time was that?
6:30 maybe. As I've been talking that morning for a while. Yeah, other than that, pretty sure that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so where's the gas station at from your path?
It's on base. It's like, here's my house. It's like, here, we passed it actually on the way out.
Okay.
And this would be like the way to the main road.
Okay, so just put like a little hash mark. There's your X for your house. Just put like a little hash mark. That's the gas station. You just write gas or something like that next to it. Okay, so you stopped for gas. So let's go through this whole road again. I just want to make sure we're clear on why you stopped. From your house, first stop is gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then go this road and double, do those hash marks again. Just make sure we're not missing any place that you stopped.
Went to the gas station, just stopped by the time.
Did you fill your tank up?
No, I only put like $30 in it because I had like a quarter tank, and usually if I have 3/4 tank, I'm pretty comfortable going those places. Like, you can kind of gauge how much gas I'm using depending if I'm in 2-wheel or 4-wheel.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I made these lights or not.
Yeah, I'm not worried about like in the car, but actually stopping your vehicle.
I came too far this way. I turned around here.
Is it on the road, on the 62?
Yeah, because if you come too far, there's like a big hill and some like old mining equipment like hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to shoot there too, because on the back side of the hill there's little barrel markers for distance.
Okay.
But like, that's where I know if I see that, I come too far. The gold kind of really easy to miss. There's no sign for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an alcove.
So where is this a U-turn?
Yeah, I just whipped the shitty on the 62.
Okay.
And then came back, and then I stopped Gold Crown, and I got on it.
And then go through that little path and just make little hash marks where you actually stopped.
Okay, I came through, passed through that mountain, came down, and then I stopped here. Not very long, just to decide which way I wanted to go.
So there's a fork in the road?
Yeah, it's kind of gradual, it's not this dramatic. And then I went this way. This was the first time I'd been this way. I stopped here, I went up these mountains, and then like I came over the ridge and into Calgary Valley, and that's where I saw the individual with the gun.
How far away were you guys?
200 yards, like maybe. I'm not really range estimation anymore, but it was far enough to where like I could hear the gunshots, but they weren't like audibly disturbing to my ears. So.
What was he wearing?
He had a brown shirt and like not brown pants, but like almost khaki color. They kind of looked like camis, to be honest, but it wasn't. Like I think it was just cami colored clothing.
Okay.
So I don't know if he was just trying to blend in or if he was wearing, because some people wear tactical gear there to practice. So.
Okay, and he actually pointed a hand at you?
Yeah, I don't know, because he was far enough away to where like I don't think he would hit me, but he didn't stand up and point towards me until I said something. So I don't know if he heard me and he was shooting this direction, or if he was just reloading and then he'd finish and he'd shoot in that direction. Because like I saw him, I was like, I'm gonna get out of here because there's still gold over in some of those areas. So I was sure if he was protecting his stake or whatnot.
Okay, so that was about 150, 200 yards away?
Yeah, give or take.
Okay.
Out of handgun range, but still, I don't enjoy being shot at. So.
When you got out of your vehicle at the mountain ridge, did you have a gun in your hand?
I did.
What kind of gun did you
It
have?
was my 22 Magnum.
Okay. Was it slung or were you holding
No,
it?
I was holding it. I don't have a sling on it because I used to have like a ton, but I switched it to my other rifle.
Okay. And when you stopped here, did you get out of your car?
No.
Okay, so at Fort, you just
I
stopped.
stopped and I made the decision to go left instead of right.
So you go left, you get out. What's the goal of getting out of here?
To get on the other side of the hill, just kind of exploring. Because like midday, I realized maybe I could find a coyote. I had some snake shot. Maybe I could find a rattlesnake because last time we were out there, me and my buddy found a rattlesnake. But yeah, I was just basically wandering around trying to kill time. And then I pressed the ridgeline and saw the individual. He shot at me. I said, "Fuck that!" I got out of there. Got back in my Jeep, came back this way.
So same road,
Mm-hmm.
and then you made the left to go the other.
Yeah, and because that's going back this way, I could have got out, but this is the way that I know to get out. And this mountain range right here is really fun to drive down because it get creepy and crawl in like the rocks.
Okay, but you stopped here, and what was that? This
There was another mine. I didn't check out too much because I was thirsty at that point, but when me and my buddy had driven in, we didn't stop there, and I had wanted to, so I stopped and I checked that out. I was there for like maybe 5-10 minutes.
What did you see there?
Not much, just there's some kind of old rigging equipment that I kind of get down to, and that's it. I was really looking for snakes.
When you got out at this place, did you have your gun with you?
Mm-hmm.
Still had the 22?
Yeah, I had shot some rounds here before I got to the top of the hill. I was just shooting them at rocks to make sure my rifle was on. But I picked up my casings and put them back in my vehicle.
How many rounds did you shoot here?
4 or 5 maybe.
Is that the first time you shot the gun that morning?
Yes.
Okay. So you shot 4 or 5, and you picked up the casings and put it where?
I put them back in my Jeep. I gave 2 to the officers
Okay.
Sunday, just because they wanted them.
Okay. So you shot 4 to 5 rounds here.
Mm-hmm. And then I crested the hill and I saw the individual. I wasn't about to get into a firefight with a 22 and handgun because that was just super retarded.
Okay. So you get here off the mine, and you're holding your 22 there. Did you fire any rounds by the mine?
No.
Okay.
I hopped out. The reason I kept my 22 is that I put snake shot in the first one, just in case I run across any rattlesnakes. But I didn't stay there very long. I just went and checked out because I wanted to try and get down too, because there's like the road that goes up to the mine, but down there, over here, you can see kind of like an abandoned mine shaft with like some of the equipment still there. So I want to go check it out to see if there's anything there.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't get down there, so I came back and then I continued down to Old Del Mine Road and then took that.
Where's Old Del Mine Road?
You come down the mountain. I can't really go far enough out. You come down
No,
the mountains. You use your elboways, and then you just kind of, it says Joshua Tree National Park, and you go into it, and then it comes to a fork in the road, and then you just keep driving down straight.
Okay. And then you stopped here.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do there?
I asked somebody for water.
Okay, where was that at?
That was at the Choya patch.
Okay, there was somebody at the Choya Patch?
Yeah, there's people taking pictures.
Did they have water for you? No water, okay.
And then I stopped again here at, I think it's White Tank Campground. And there was because I stopped there, I said campground, I had an empty water bottle, I was like, hey, I'll go find some water. And as I was walking down there, I ran into an older couple that was, I guess, walking the trails. I was like, hey, do you know if there's any water at the campground? And they're like, no, but there's some at the ranger station. I was like, okay, I'll just head back that way then. And I was walking to them, and I was talking to them for a little bit, and I was like, hey, do you have any water in your vehicle? And like, oh, we don't have a vehicle, but here's a bottle of water, and he pulled it out of his backpack and gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
So
And then that was here, or
that was here
Okay.
at the White Tank Campground.
And then what was this place?
This was where I stopped at the visitor center.
Oh, it was by the pass.
It was free
Oh, okay.
for military.
And then which way did you come out?
And then this comes down to Utah Trail. And that comes all the way down and past Hot Base Housing. And then comes this way. Actually comes this way and then to the side gate over here.
Okay. And that's where you came back home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what made you want to go out hunting that day?
I had made plans earlier with my buddy. Like he was kind of flaking out because he just got shoulder surgery.
I don't think we've talked about
No,
that.
he's just one of my buddies. He's actually from Alaska too.
Okay.
And so I wanted him to come with me. He's like, I don't know, man, my shoulder kind of hurt. We'd kind of been bouncing that day back and forth for about a week.
Yeah.
He was in the barracks.
He's in the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so, but like, I met up with him Friday night, or maybe it was Friday night, and to ask him if he would come with me, because he was at State Brothers and we're on our way home. And he's like, man,
On your way home from where?
the rich. And he's like, even riding in the car hurts his shoulder, so he didn't want to go with me. So that's why I asked him to come with me. And I think he was afraid his wife was going to ahead of him.
Why?
Just because, like, you know, we go on adventures sometimes, we go hunting together sometimes, and we're gone too long, should we mad or something like that.
Where's the Standard Brothers at?
Down 62,
Mhm.
there's the hill, here's the AM, PM, and you go over the hill, and the State Brothers is right over here.
And you saw. Did you meet him there? Or
Yeah,
did you know him?
I told him he'd be there, because
Was it text him? or
Yeah.
something?
And I said, because he was over at a buddy's house where he keeps his dog. And I said, hey, can we talk so we can, because I was tired of texting him about the hunting thing. I just want to see if he wanted to go. And then we had talked for maybe 20 minutes. And he said, yeah, I can't go because even driving hurts.
What time did you meet him at the Standard Brothers?
About 9:15. Because he left the house, he said he was on his way at 9:04.
We're talking 09?
No, 21.
Okay, 20. And where's the ranch at from here?
It's in Yucca, if you like.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to drive, man. Just so it's in Yucca more.
You're driving through Yucca.
Mm-hmm.
You know where Old Woman Springs is?
Uh-huh.
You go take a right up Old Woman Springs, like you're driving in through Yucca. You follow that road past Heroes Market to take a left on Tracy, and then you follow Tracy till you take a right on Geronimo.
Okay.
Geronimo Trail.
So that's up here somewhere, and then on the way back, you're.
Yeah, it'd be like where the coffee cup is.
Is it you and Nicole on Liberty? At State Brothers? Did you guys go in State Brothers?
She did. She went and got some bread because we don't have any groceries in our house right now. We're not sure if we're going to get my last paycheck or whatnot, so we used some change to buy bread.
Okay, so Nicole buys bread at the State Brothers. It's about 9:30.
Yeah, give or take.
And then, where do you meet Scott?
In the parking lot.
How come you just met him in the parking lot, or
Well, I
was
was
it
in-
close to his house?
No, I was going to meet him at the house that he was at. The Stater Brothers is right down the street. He was leaving anyway. So he's like, just meet me at Stater Brothers.
Okay. Okay, so you guys meet in the parking lot, Stater Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Did Nicole see Skylar at Stater Brothers?
Yeah, she told me to. He was with somebody, I don't remember her name. But I guess, I don't know if they're dating or not, but they were just hanging out.
Okay. About how long did you guys talk?
Maybe 20 minutes. It wasn't that long.
And then how long does it take to get from the Stater Brothers to your house?
About 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay. Did you guys make any other stops after Stater Brothers?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. You know what? That coffee looks real good. I'm gonna grab me a cup. You need any more? Or? Let me go grab some real quick, man. And then
Okay.
let me if you want to refill real quick, let me grab a cup of coffee and I'll be right back with you. Okay?
Okay.
Here's the coffee. Now I'll use the restroom real quick. Thank you. Thanks for being patient, man. That coffee was terrible, I'm sorry. My sergeant does not make coffee, man. There's grounds all over it. And
Best coffee is like 3-day-old diner coffee.
exactly. Okay. Some of the follow-up question stuff that I need to ask you a little bit, just to kind of close up some of these gaps. Have you, when you were talking to Erin, has she ever been in your Jeep at all?
Yeah, she went a couple times. I gave her some rides when we were going, not back and forth to the ranch, but like to the gas station and stuff near the ranch. She'd been in the Jeep with me, her and budding together. I think a few other times that I can't really name off the top of my head.
Hey, when was the last time she was in your Jeep?
Sometime when we were talking, what it has been, I don't know specifically.
When you were talking when?
Like when we were texting back and forth with each other. Because like when we were at the ranch together, she'd be in it, or if we went, like when me and her wedding together, she'd be in it.
When you guys went to ranch together, where would she sit?
It'd either be up front or in the back, depending, like if me and her went to the gas station to get something, or she sat up front while we were wedding a couple times, and then she sat in the back.
How many times did you guys, was it when you went to the gas station, was it just you and her?
No, it was usually me, her, or another person, depending who was there. We really didn't go places by ourselves, except for the only time we went by ourselves was when we went mudding. She parked her car farther away from the mud pit because she didn't want to get stuck. And then she rode about 5 minutes in there to where we were actually mudding.
Where was that at?
Over behind the college, off of the Sunfair, and I think the Hollywood is the other road.
How long ago was that?
Oh, it was a while ago. Couple months maybe.
Okay. And she sat in front sometimes, she sat in the rear. Has she been, that freaks me out, man. Has she, do you have any other vehicles other than that Jeep Cherokee?
No, I have my wife's Grand Cherokee and then my black Grand Cherokee.
Okay. Which is the one that's parked at your...
That's my wife's.
Where's yours?
It's at a shop in Joshua Tree.
That's right, that they were kind of messing with you with the...
No, that's a different guy. Right now, my transfer case went out.
Okay.
And so it's at the guy's shop who rebuilt my transmission.
When was the last time you were driving that, your Jeep?
When my sister was here, would have been my first official leave, so 13th-ish, around there.
So a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. I only drove it for like a week, and then the transfer case went out, and I went back to the shop. I had terrible luck with that Jeep.
And had Aaron ever been in your Jeep?
I don't think so. Because I only drove it like a week, because it was at the other shop for like almost a year, and then I got it back and I drove it around, and then we're getting a transmission rebuilt, and it was at the tranny shop for about 3 weeks, and then I had it when my sister was here for about 3 days, and now it's back at the shop.
When you had it for those 3 days, so how long ago?
About a week, 2 weeks ago, the 13th, so 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, because I had it for a while. We drove to Palm Springs, and then we were supposed to go to San Diego that morning. And me and my sister, I was going to take her off-roading, and we made it right off the side gate, like right over here by Utah Trail, and it just didn't just want to drive anymore. So we had to tow it to the shop, and his Hector's transmission.
Okay. And your wife's Jeep, when was the last time it was washed, either detailed or outside, inside? When was the last time that Jeep was washed?
6 months ago, maybe. Like, it doesn't get washed very often. Like, there's like dirt in it from like when I got back from the deployment, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the inside's ever been cleaned. I've power washed the outside a couple of times after we went mudding. But yeah, as far as the inside goes, there's like that much dirt everywhere.
Even in the inside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And what about your other Jeep? When was the last time that was washed? Or?
It's never been washed.
Okay, it's never been washed. Okay. And do you guys have any other vehicles other than that?
No. We drove a rental car for a while that my sister rented when my Jeep went down, so we could actually go to San Diego and take her back to the airport. But that's it.
Okay. And you told me about the 22. That's a rifle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know what brand that 22 is?
It's a Marlin.
The Marlin?
Mm-hmm.
Just regular base model Marlin?
It's a Marlin 22 Winchester Magnum.
Okay. Does it have like a scope on it?
Yeah, it does. It has I don't know the scope name. It's nothing fancy. It's like a $70 scope. It's a 3x9. So it's a standard 22 scope. It's a nice little gun.
Okay. So you have the 22 rifle, you have the 357
revolver.
What brand is that?
That's a Ruger.
Okay.
Ruger GP100.
Okay. And what other type of firearms do you have?
I have a 325 Winchester short magnum rifle.
Okay. What kind of rifle is that?
I think it's
like a hunting rifle.
Yeah, it's a large caliber hunting rifle.
Okay.
I use it for long range shooting.
Okay. So you have that long rifle, you have your 22, you have a 357. Do you have any other guns?
I have a pellet gun. Actually, I have a pellet gun, and then I have a BB gun / pellet gun that I got for off Buku for a real cheap.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I have another 22, but it's not up right now. It's missing part of the firing assembly, and the trigger's not quite right in it. I bought it as a parts gun. I'm trying to fix it up. It's an old Sears and Roebuck 1950s.
Oh, cool. Okay. Do you have any other guns other than those?
No.
What about any other weapons that you own?
Yeah, I own a few knives.
What kind of knives do you have?
Lots. Really big knife person.
Do you have to register that stuff, all your weapons with?
Yeah, usually, like they tell you have to register knives, but mine come and go at such a frequent rate that I really don't, because all my rifles are registered, but not my knives. Yeah, so I have some Thorn knives. I had a really nice combat knife that I took with me, but it got stolen or at the ranch 4 or 5 months ago. I was very upset about it.
What kind of knife was that?
It was like a really rugged Alaskan survival knife my buddy gave to me to take on the deployment with me.
Someone stole it? I mean, how many people were out hanging out at that ranch?
So people, they spend community service hours up there to volunteer, like time like that, to get time off, whatever they have to do community service for, occasionally. And I had left it attached to one of the four-wheelers up there. I was using it to cut baling or the hay on them, and then someone just wandered off with it. It was there like overnight. It was like a $200 knife too.
Oh man, that sucks. Okay, so a couple knives. Any other weapons at all? Bows, you bow hunt?
I don't have. I have like it's like a little U-bow that I bought for my daughter.
Oh, okay.
I have a blow gun had part of a boat. My boat broke, but it's just like just the centerpiece broke a while ago. I haven't got anyone yet.
And how long ago did you say that knife was stolen from the ranch?
A couple months. Like it had been like 4 or 5 months. It was
4 or 5 months
yeah,
ago.
it was a while ago. I have a machete. Yeah, that should be it. So I'm missing something. That's it.
Okay. And then, so talk about that. And then that phone, what type of phone is it? Is it it's not an iPhone?
No, it's an Galaxy S3.
Galaxy.
I'm just not a big fan of iPhones.
No.
Or Mac products in general.
Okay. Is that the only cell phone you have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you had any other cell phones?
No.
In the time that you've known Aaron or anybody else?
No.
Okay.
I mean, this is a new one, but it's the same phone, number, card, everything.
Oh, okay. That's a new phone. No,
Yeah.
it's just so I can kind of keep it straight. That's a Samsung?
Yeah, it's a Galaxy S3.
Okay, so that one's a Samsung Galaxy, what is it, S3?
Yeah, S3. I'm like 2 miles behind.
Okay, that's your cell phone. What type of cell phone does your wife have?
Some old dinosaur flip phone. I'm not sure what kind it is.
Okay,
But
not a
it's
smartphone or anything like that? Okay, so there's that one. Is this the one that's like password protected with like...
It was, it's not anymore.
Do you have any passwords on there at all?
No.
Your wife was pretty upset when you had
Yeah.
all those passwords, so that one has no password. She has a flip phone.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of flip phone it is?
No, I don't.
If that one had a password, is it like the number one, or is it like the drawing thing?
It would have been a swipe. Because I don't have a password set up. But the one I was using was, I had the swipe at first, and then I switched to the numbers.
What numbers did you use?
My last 42.
Last year social, or is that your
Yeah.
Oh, there's that. Must be a good shot earlier.
Yeah. They're huge in Alaska.
All right.
I have small children.
That was your password that you would use, and then what was the swipe like? Did it have like a...
I honestly don't know, this is whatever I can remember. I'm really bad with passwords, so all my passwords are the same.
Okay, so no password on that one. Flip phone, does she have a password on her flip phone? Okay, and then what about computers? You guys have computers at the house?
She has hers. Mine, the screen broke on my... Actually, when I got back, I stepped on the cord and did a flippy, and my landed on the screen broke.
What kind of computer was that?
It's an Acer, I think. Hers is an Acer. I'm not sure what mine is. I haven't used it in forever. So.
Okay. Was it like a laptop?
Yeah, it was a laptop.
Acer, but it's broken?
No, hers is an Acer.
Okay.
And hers works.
And that's a laptop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure what mine was.
Is that the computer that she plugged in your memory card or whatever it was, or
Yeah.
SIM card? Is there a password on that one?
Yes.
What's the password on
It's
What does that mean?
It's amazing.
Oh,
The
okay.
joke between her and her friend, I think these two make.
Amazing. Do you have a profile on that?
No, it's just one on there.
You just use that one?
Mhm.
And you said you don't have Facebook?
No.
Okay. Any other, so let's talk about, do you know what kind of phone Aaron
It was it kind of looked like a BlackBerry, but I don't think it was.
had? Okay.
I'm not sure what kind it was though. I know she had an older one and it stopped working.
What kind was her older one?
I don't know. But it stopped working and then she got a new one. And
What kind of phone was that?
they were both smartphones or smartish phones, kind of like a BlackBerry.
Mm-hmm.
Like not new gen smartphones, but not quite flip phones.
So what, did it slide, did it flip?
It was just like this, but I think it had buttons on it, like actual buttons.
Like a BlackBerry type?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure.
And your phone number is? And your wife's? Okay, and then, Aaron's Blackbird, what was her phone number?
I don't know. I don't have it.
You don't have it?
Mm.
Is it in your phone still?
After I found out, I deleted it. So.
Okay. So you unknown on that one. Any other electronics at the house?
Mine?
Yeah.
Has an iPad.
Okay. Is there a password on that thing?
I don't think so. I don't use it that often. I think it just swipes.
That's why.
Yeah.
Just unlock.
Just like a yeah.
Okay. Any other electronics?
And then she has an iPod, but I don't think it has like internet access.
Oh, okay.
It's just.
Okay.
Did you get my computer on there? 'Cause
Which
it doesn't really work. So
one was that one?
it's I don't remember what kind it is. It's just a laptop.
Okay.
I had it.
Random laptop.
Yeah, my second appointment, and then when I got back, it was like on a table like this high, and I stepped on the power cord with it,
Okay.
and it smashed the screen. So
How long ago was that?
got back from the second appointment, so halfway through the year and a half, 2 years ago, or longer than that. So it's like been broken and just gathering dust.
Okay. And, does Erin have any like weird habits or weird things that you saw that she did or said or anything like that?
What do you mean?
Like acted differently or did kind of things kind of out of the ordinary that you kind of thought were weird or strange about her that would help us?
Not really. I mean, she was like permanently attached to her phone, so.
Okay.
I can't really think of anything right off the top of my head.
So she had her phone a lot.
Yeah.
What about you? I mean, you're pretty. You said you were pretty guarded with your phone.
Yeah. Well, when I was talking to her, not so much anymore.
Okay.
I use my well at the time I used my phone a whole lot for work. Like I was in charge of like 30 some dudes, and so like when something would happen to one of them, I'd have to find out.
Okay. And when you took off Saturday, did you have your phone with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I put it in airplane mode. I sent it off service. Actually, it was right after I tried to send that message to her, so.
What time was that?
He texted me that he could have won at 8:16, and then I sent a message, you can meet me up here at 8:22. That's when it went through. I texted him, or attempted to text him when I got his message, because where I was, the signal was like in and out, and it said pending. So.
And why'd you put your phone on airplane mode?
Because it conserves the battery, because when it's out there, it like fights that fine signal, and so when I'm walking around, it just drains the battery. And so I just wanted to make sure I had plenty of battery because I needed it.
And how long did you put it on airplane mode for?
Until, looks like 15:12 when I got out of the park.
Did you make any phone calls from, so that was at 8 o'clock?
8:22 is when that message, my last message went through.
Okay, did you make any phone calls from 8:22 till 15:30?
No, I couldn't. I had no service. Yeah. So when I got outside the park, I turned my phone back on a normal mode, and then I sent me all these text messages trying to get a hold of me.
Okay. Did you call your wife at all when you were in the park?
No, I couldn't. I didn't have any service until I got outside the park. Even driving down this road right here, there's not a lot of service, so I just left my phone airplane mode, like not even thinking about it.
Okay. But you had your phone on you the whole time. Did anyone else have access to your phone?
No.
Okay. And you made 0 either incoming or outgoing phone calls from what time to what time?
8:22 to 15:12.
And who was the last person that you talked to? What time was that at?
It was, I texted him, I said, I'm going to lose service, tell Nicole I'm putting my phone in airplane mode to save battery at 8:05. And I said when she gets up, because she probably didn't wake yet. And he said, okay. And then I was passing through the mountains, and I got his message that said I could have went at 8:16.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you're talking about going with Carter. You also talked about going with so lives downstairs, right? And how old is Carter?
22, I think he's about the same age as him. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, and then who's how do you know him?
I met him through a mutual friend a couple years back, and since he's from Alaska too, we just kind of bonded, and you know, because like there's certain jokes that like people from that weren't from Alaska they wouldn't get. So we started hanging out, and me and him would go shooting sometimes. Because he used to have a long range rifle too, and so we'd go out and we'd see if we could shoot farther.
Okay.
But the reason I asked was because I was trying to get Skylar to go with me all week, because he has a truck and I wanted him to go off-roading with me too. But Saturday when I talked to him, he said he couldn't make it because he had just got shoulder surgery not too long ago. And so even just like driving casually in a car hurts his shoulder. So I asked him the night before while he was drinking with his friends, I told him that he has to come with me because it was going to be like our last trip, because me and Pop are good friends. And so it's going to be like our last trip ever, because we spent forever trying to get hunting licenses so we could go coyote hunting. And then we never actually got successful at it. Like the first couple of times we went out, we were like full camis, like ghillie suits, like just like 3 in the morning waiting. And then eventually it just turned into us like going out together, casual clothes, waiting for coyotes. And we never really got good at it.
How many times have you gone coyote hunting?
6 maybe. Maybe 3 or 4 times. A couple times, maybe. Not a lot, especially when I started getting really busy. I was going more when I was working at the rifle range on the base because I had a lot of free time, but my schedule was more relaxed. But then when I came back to the line company and they put me in charge of a squad and eventually put me in charge of a platoon, my schedule was just like packed. Like I had no time for myself.
And what time do you normally hunt coyote?
You know, it started out, we'd go out like really early in the morning and like wait for dawn to break and try and find them. But then it just kind of turned into whatever time was convenient, which, you know, wasn't 3 in the morning.
And how many days, so you have how many more days? You have a week or you have a couple more days to move out?
I have to be out of my house on Wednesday.
On Wednesday?
Like Wednesday at like 10:30.
So it looked like you still had a lot of stuff to pack and stuff like that. I mean, you were pretty much out pretty much all day, right? I mean, how did it feel about you hunting all day?
Oh, she wasn't worried about the packing thing because at that time I was still trying to like check out the TMOs, trying to get them to move us because I wasn't real sure of the process that I had to do. But she was worried because I guess I was out too long. I didn't really realize because I was like lost and trying to find my way back. But she was really upset, you know, because I didn't have any service, so I couldn't get a hold of her. But she had, I guess when I got back, she was crying, and she has like emotionally aggravated asthma. So she was like having an asthma attack, and like I lay down with her, and then when I got back, we took a nap for a while. And so we were sleeping for a good couple hours at least.
And you weren't even able to get through to like a voicemail or like let her know you were okay? Or
no, well, I didn't try at all when I was out because like I was just focused on getting back.
Okay. Did you make any of the phone calls when you were out?
No, I couldn't. I literally lacked the ability to because of the area we're in. Because the first time I went out with me and my buddy, my Joey, his friend up here, I had my phone, you know, on the whole time, like on normal mode, and it killed it by the time it died before we got out of the park.
Okay. And I know I started asking you a little bit about, but he's a Marine, and where is he assigned to, or?
He's same unit, 2-7.
Okay.
But him and my other buddy, they both have shoulder issues and both just recently had shoulder surgery. So they were like the people I go shooting with most of the time because they both owned, or I'm not sure if Ben still has his rifle, but we would go long range shooting together.
Okay. And do you typically shoot a 22 at a coyote?
Yeah. Well, within a certain range, within like 50, 60 yards, because I can hit a clay pigeon with my 22 at about 100 yards when it's sighted in. And so that's an easy headshot on a coyote or a hard shot, which is a fatal blow, but I haven't ever seen it while we're hunting. So,
okay.
Like me and go out, we like wait a few hours, and eventually our coyote hunting trips we just turn off roading trips.
Okay. And you know his last name?
Yes. Maybe. I can text him if you want.
No, that's not a big deal necessarily. Yeah. But he's how old is he?
He's my age, 24.
Okay. Are you familiar with the area of Vita Vista and Ranch Road? I'm not really familiar with it, so I don't know. Do you know where that's at?
I think so.
Where is that on this map? Oh, there's that.
Because me shoot pelicans not too far from the side gate. There's like a little mountain back here that we go behind to shoot pelicans because, pelicans not loud and not hurt nobody, so.
Where's Vita Vista at? Do you know which street that is?
No, not off the top of my head.
Do you know where Ranch Road is?
I think it's near there. It's because there's a couple streets that go down this way, so I think it's one of these. I'm not sure which one though, because there's like 3 or 4.
Okay. And have you, in any of your vehicles, been at Vita?
Yeah, I've been on all these roads because there's a road. It goes like this. Because if you drive down this way, like you leave the side gate and you can take like an immediate left and you drive down that way and there's like a kind of like a rock, like a small rock hill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we shoot our pelicans to make sure they're sighted in. And then I've driven down this road, I think, or this road. There's a road back here that kind of makes a really nice racetrack. It comes like this, something like that. And I like to, see how fast I can drive my Jeep on the corners and stuff like that. So most of the roads back over here I've been on. I'm pretty familiar with most of this area, but not so much farther up this way.
When was the last time you and... Okay, so that's in the area of Vita Vista and Ranch Road. You believe where this racetrack's at?
Yeah, I think so. I can show you guys. It's just, I know it by, sight, not by actually, what it is.
When was the last time you and went down on this little racetrack? Or have you guys been down there?
Yeah, we were over there last week, I think, because we had a bunch of tires that we were putting in a hole on top of a mountain called Mordor. Well, that's what he calls it. It's just a big mountain there this way.
What were you doing with the tires?
We were going to have a fire. Because there was like a hole in the ground, so it wasn't going to go anywhere. And we were just going to have a tire fire. It's kind of like a last, hoo-yah, getting out of here type deal.
Did you guys do a tire fire?
No.
Have you ever done a tire fire?
No.
Have you ever told anybody that you were having a tire fire other than...
Yeah, I got mine with a couple people.
Who were you planning on a tire fire?
I told them that I needed to get some tires. I told them that I wanted to. Me and about it for a while outside our apartment, because when me and him talk, it's usually in my carport area. But yeah.
Okay. So this little racetrack...
It's not a racetrack, it's like a road, it's like somebody's road, it's just...
The dirt?
Yeah, it's all gravel. It's all dirt.
Okay. And you said you like to try to drive around and see how fast you can go?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you were on that little dirt track area?
What's today?
Today is Tuesday morning, but...
It would have been Wednesday, Thursday, sometime last week. Because sometimes I go out in the morning while I'm waiting for Nicole to wake up and go drive around. Because that's just how I blow off steam, off-roading. Because what I really wanted to do when I first got down here is get into like off-road racing. But my Jeep, you know, like kept falling through and things never got through it, never got finished. So I just thought I was driving Nicole's Jeep.
Mm-hmm. So you drove Jeep, and so the last time you were on this little oval area or whatever it is with
Last week sometime.
What day was that?
Late last week, it would have been Wednesday, Thursday, time.
Okay. Walk me through that morning, or what you did that morning.
Normally I come out the side gate, and then there's like the dirt parking lot right here where people park all the cars, and then there's the concrete road, and running parallel to the concrete road is a dirt road, and I'll turn onto that dirt road, and I'll drive as fast as I can down that dirt road without crashing. And then I'll turn on one of these roads, I'm not sure which one it is. But they all kind of generally lead to the same point. There's one right here that leads kind of back into base. And then the racetrack's over here somewhere. But I'll, cut the brakes and like turn hard and gas it. So I turn a little bit and then come up on the racetrack and do that a couple times. And then usually if I haven't done that with me, I'll come back and I'll make sure it's sighted in, because for some reason it always comes out of sight. Mm-hmm. And then that's like a typical morning for me. I do that a couple of times a week, but my dog scope's been broken, so I've been keeping it with me.
Okay. Dude, I just know, you stuck your finger?
Yeah, it actually just happened before I went to bed. I had a knife in my back pocket, and the latch wasn't real good, so I had to come open, and I went to grab it and just sliced my finger.
Oh, okay. You all good though?
Yeah, it's not serious.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Have you and Erin ever met in this dirt area?
No.
Does she know about this area?
Maybe. I mean, if she drives down that way, you can see them. They're just roads that come off it.
Would there be any reason why Erin went down there?
No, not that I know. I mean, it's not somewhere where you bring a car. Because the place most people meet up is in this dirt parking lot, because once you start getting back here, the sand gets really soft, and if you don't have four-wheel drive, you get stuck really easily.
Mm-hmm. And what type of car does she have?
A Corolla, a Toyota Corolla.
Okay.
It actually looks a lot like the white one that's in their carport now, but it was blue.
Okay. And when you're down there driving, when you've made your tracks or made your rounds, have you ever picked anybody up, whether it was from a vehicle or on foot?
Yeah, I've picked people up before and taken them to the gas station. I pick up hitchhikers all the time.
You pick up who?
Like people, hitchhikers, all the time. Actually gave a Korea vet a ride Sunday afternoon in the Joshua Tree.
From this dirt? Okay,
No,
so specifically from this dirt area?
Yeah, I picked up, there was a couple, I gave a ride. I don't remember when it was, but I guess they've been out here forever.
There's a couple?
No, yeah, there's a couple, like a guy and a woman, and I gave him a ride from this area, because I was coming back from over here somewhere, and I gave him a ride to the gas station over here.
On base?
No, it was by the subway, right off base.
Okay. And what day was that you gave a ride to the couple?
I don't remember. It was actually a while ago. So.
But recently, have you picked anybody up in this area?
No.
And that's why I'm asking about her car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because we found her car.
How did you?
Yeah, it was parked in that dirt.
Okay.
Okay, so any reason why she would have been parked in that dirt?
No, not that I can think of. Maybe she was meeting up with somebody, but that'd be a really poor place to meet up with a car, because the sand's so soft back there. Like, how far back?
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, because most of the roads are okay, but a lot of them get really soft, because the sand drifts real soft onto them, and so I don't take anything that's not four-wheel drive off the pavement.
Okay. And Chris, you gotta be honest with me. You know, if you met her, if you talked, if something, you know, if that happened, you gotta be honest with me here. Because would there be any reason why we have some evidence linking you to that scene over here in the dirt near her car?
Not really. I mean, besides the fact that I'm over there, you know, multiple times a week. And this is where I drive and I shoot my pellet gun.
How many times has her car been there?
I don't know. This would be the first time that I've known it being there.
And here's what concerns me. If you guys are meeting up, if you guys are hanging out, you don't want your wife to find out, you don't want the military to find out. Because here's the deal with you. I don't work for the military, okay? I know you can be court-martialed and all that stuff. I don't care about that. I'm not worried about affairs. That's not what I'm worried about. Okay, that's not my job. Okay, whatever that is, dude, you're getting out. You know, that's something completely different. I don't care about that. I don't care if you had an affair. I don't care if you guys had sex. That's not what I'm worried about here. Okay, that's not what I'm getting at. If you guys met here, okay, and there's some evidence that leads me to believe that you did meet here. Okay. I need you to be honest with me, because again, I'm not for the military, okay? I'm not your wife. I'm not going to judge you. We're sitting here, it seems like, you know, I'm trying to be real with you. It seems like you're trying to be real with me, but it feels like you're kind of holding back a little bit. And I need you to kind of open up and be honest with me, okay? Because if you met her there and something happened, dude, you're talking about going out in the mountains. You're talking about some other guy shooting. Dude, if she got hurt, if she got shot, if something happened to her in the mountains, I need to know about that. Her family needs to know about it. And that's what we're looking at right now. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I do.
Okay. So, is there any reason why I would believe that you met her there?
No, there shouldn't be. I mean, like, can you tell me, like, what kind of evidence it is?
Chris, we're not gonna go there, okay? The most important thing is that you're being honest with me.
And I understand.
I need you to be straightforward with me, okay? Because if something happened up here in the mountains, you guys went out, you have, you know, enjoy your day, you were taking her out in the forest or the national parks or anything like that, kind of showing her some things, and something happened out here, this guy's shooting off rounds and hit her and you got scared, you know, something like that happened, I need to know about that, okay? I need to know about that. You know, I don't know if that's what happened. You need to kind of tell me, let me know if that's what happened. Can you kind of give me some type of insight to why you guys met up there on Saturday?
We didn't meet up.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever been out with her up in the mountains or in this area?
No, I haven't.
Do you know if she's been in this area?
I don't.
You know, because this is a scary situation up there. You're talking about a guy, you're a military trained guy. She's 19 years old. She's not trained. She doesn't know what's going on as far as that goes. You know, and if something happened, did something happen up here?
No. Well, besides, like, I was alone, so everything that happened is what happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you didn't meet her
No.
here at Valley Vista? What was the other? Okay. At the phone, your phone that you have, this phone, you had you got service at 3 o'clock. Were you able to call your wife then?
When I got out of the mountains, yes,
Did you call your wife?
I did.
And she was still crying?
She was. She told me to get home because she was worried about me. It was a really short conversation because she was having a hard time breathing.
Okay. At that time, so when was the last time? So how many calls did you make after you got out of the?
I called to tell him, that he should have came because some renegade shot at me. And then
What time did you call?
right after I turned my phone back on, I think. What day was Saturday?
That was the.
Sunday was 29th.
Okay. We'll talk about that
Probably.
Chris, we need to be honest here, okay? You talk about evidence, right? You talk about you want to be straight up. I'm being straight up with you. We do have some evidence there, okay? Your tire tracks are there, as well as her tire tracks, and your tire tracks drove over hers, showing that you met her there, and your tire tracks drove over hers. Okay, so it shows that both vehicles were there at the same time. So I'm having a hard time explaining, let's figure out why both of your vehicles were there at the same time. Help me understand that.
They couldn't have been. Could her vehicle have been there and then left and then my tire truck drove over them?
No, your tire tracks drove over hers.
And I don't know how that happened.
So here's the thing. She drove there Saturday morning. Okay, she drove there in the morning. Your tire tracks drove over hers. You said the last time you drove over there was Thursday. She doesn't drive out there every day. Her car was still there. Your tracks drove over hers since Saturday.
Could have been a different vehicle because I wasn't out there Saturday.
It's your vehicle, Chris. You gotta be honest with me.
I'm being honest with you.
You gotta be honest with me. You have to give me something to explain. I have to go out here. I've been talking to you for hours. My supervisor hasn't. My supervisor knows things, the evidence at the scene. Okay? I have to have something. I have to walk out here and go tell my sergeant, okay, this is what explains. This is why his tire tracks are over hers. And this is why it makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay, so I need something. You gotta be honest here. You gotta really be honest here, because I need to go out and tell my sergeant, hey, this is why. You gotta give me something.
I don't know why it would be like that.
Okay, my sergeant's texting, asking questions, and talking about this dirt. Okay, I'm gonna have to walk back out, take a break in a second, and I have to give him something. What can I tell him? Why are your Jeep tracks over her Corolla tracks?
I don't know. I'm sure I'm not the only one with those kind of tires. I mean, they're a pretty common brand. It could have been any other vehicle, but it wasn't mine. I wasn't out there Saturday.
making sense to me. I mean, if she was lying to me, helping with me, she very well could have been helping with somebody else.
You understand we're very good at our jobs.
I understand that.
You understand that there's wear patterns, not specific. Even if me and you are wearing the same shoe, we wear our shoes differently. Tires are worn differently. Vehicles are driven differently over road surfaces, dirt surfaces, concrete, gravel surfaces, and they have different wear patterns. You understand that. You're a military guy, you understand that just like a footprint, there's toe days and heel, drags and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's texting me right now. You gotta give me something. You gotta be honest here.
Really don't know what you want me to tell you.
Tell me about some of her friends that you know.
The only friend she ever talked about was
Who's
she said it was her best friend back home.
what did she tell you about other than her being her best friend?
That she was in some kind of messed up relationship and that they talked all the time. That was pretty much it.
Did she tell you that she talked to about you?
No.
Do you know if she talked to you?
I don't.
What other friends?
That's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that she talked about all the time.
What could she have told me?
She could have told you anything because whenever we were hanging out, she would tell her something and blow her up. But she would just a lot of drama, and sometimes Erin didn't want to hear about it, so she'd just tell her she was doing something else or whatever.
Tell her she was doing something else, like what?
Like tell her she was busy or she was driving, even though we weren't, just because she didn't want to talk to Jeff. Because Jeff was coming at her with what was going on in her life, or Jeff would call while we were hanging out, and she would give her some kind of excuse that she didn't want to talk right now.
Did Erin tell Jeff what was going on in her life?
I'm not sure. I wasn't really around. They texted. I wasn't around when they had conversations.
Okay. Give me a second. Alright guys, here's the deal, man. I've been doing this a long time. We've been doing this a long time. Okay? We found our vehicle. Okay? We found your tire tracks. I've been working lots of cases with tire tracks. I know you were out there. Okay? You're not the only person we've talked to. Okay? She was reported missing on Sunday morning. We've been working this nonstop since Sunday morning. There's multiple detectives out there at the scene. There's search and rescue. There's cadaver dogs. We're going to find out what happened to her. Okay, we're going to find out what happened to Erin. She's not okay. Something happened out there, and she's not okay. And we're not going to stop until the truth is out there. Okay, so here's what I need to understand from you. Okay? We've talked to Jesse. We've talked to other witnesses that know a lot about what's going on. It's not hidden from people. We know that you were going to meet her on Saturday. We know that. We know that you were going to go take her for a long drive and it was going to be a surprise. We know those things. Okay? We know that you met with her on Saturday morning. The day that she went missing. We know that. Okay? And we also know that you were one of the last people to see her alive. Chris, something happened out there, We know that something happened out there. You know that something happened out there. And we just need to understand what happened out there. We need to understand why it happened out there. And I don't believe you're a cold-blooded killer. Okay? You had some problems. You were dealing with it. You were trying to get yourself right. And I don't believe you're a cold-blooded killer, because I deal with cold-blooded killers all the time. I deal with gangsters. I deal with people who go out there and just murder for no reason. Okay? No reason. They do drive-bys. They have no remorse. Okay? I don't believe that you were a cold-blooded killer. But something happened out there. And I need to understand what happened. Because the truth is going to come out. We're going to find her. The truth is going to happen. We're going to be able to find out the truth when we find her. Okay? And we need to know that truth. That's what we're after here. So is this right? That are you a cold-blooded killer? Did something happen? Was there an accident? Did something just happen out there?
I didn't see her on Saturday.
Okay, we're past that. You gotta listen to me right now. We're past that part. I understand you're saying that. But right now, this moment, okay, this moment right now is the most important moment of your life. We can't change what happened in the past. Okay, we can change our what happens to us right now in the present. Okay, we can choose our fate from right now. Okay, we can't go back and change the past. If something happened, whatever it is, we have to be honest. Okay, so I want to believe that you're not a cold-blooded killer. That you didn't plan this. You didn't plan her murder, and you were going to go out there and you were just going to kill her. Just be a cold-blooded killer, kill her, get rid of her, and then go on with your life. Is that what happened?
No.
Okay. So something happened out there. We know that something happened out there. And you have knowledge of what happened out there. Okay, so I need to understand what happened. Because that truth is going to... We're not going to stop. First, we're not going to stop. We're not going home. We've been working this for days at a time. Okay? There's lots and lots of people working on this case right now. It's a very important case that she has found. Okay? And we know something happened to her. We know something bad happened to her. Okay, we know that. And we know that you were meeting her on Saturday. We know that. We know that you met with her on Saturday. So this is why it's the most important moment of your life right now. This moment, basically I can hand you a shovel, okay? You're digging yourself a hole. There's a hole, okay? I'm going to hand you a shovel. You can either keep digging that hole, or you can prop that shovel on the side of the hole and climb your way out. And explain to me what happened. Because the truth is going to eventually come out. So here's your opportunity. Let me hand you that shovel. And let you tell me what happened out there. It could have been an accident. Something happened out there with that other shooter. Okay, I don't know. I'm just trying to find out the truth. I'm just a human. You're just a human. Okay, I'm trying to find out the truth. Something bad happened out there. Something bad happened after you met her. Whether it was there or whether it was in the wilderness. Okay, and I need to know what exactly happened. And this is what your opportunity to give me that truth. She has family. She has lots of family. And this is not going away. It's not going to just be a missing person case where we forget about it and everyone goes back to their own lives. Okay? And everyone forgets about her and everyone just goes back to work and just drives back and goes back to their normal jobs and their 8 to 5s. Okay? This case, we're not going to stop until we find out exactly what happened there. So here's your opportunity to be honest. Here's your opportunity to be truthful, because we've been doing this for a long time. Okay? I've been doing this for a long time. And you're not the typical person. How long have we been talking?
Well,
Long time. You're not the typical person that I deal with. You're not the typical person. You're not looking at me with those cold-blooded killer eyes. And I want to believe that you're not a cold-blooded killer, but I need to know what happened to her. Did something happen out there? Was it an accident? Did something just happen and now you're afraid? You're afraid that maybe someone will blame you for it because of what happened in the past? Just because you were the last person with her doesn't mean that you're responsible for it. Is that what it is, that you're afraid? That you know if you admit that you met her, that someone's going to blame you? We know that no one saw you in the afternoon with her. We know that. Okay, that was bad info that whoever gave you. We know that. Okay? But are you afraid that if you say, yes, I met with her, I was in the dirt, we met, we hung out, I took her up to the wilderness, something happened, you're afraid that because you were with her and because you met with her and you told me, hey, no, I haven't seen her, we haven't had a relationship, we weren't meeting each other, whatever it was, are you afraid that we're going to think automatically that you had something to do with it?
No, I didn't take anyone with me when I went coyote.
Okay, what happened when you met her on Saturday morning?
I didn't meet her on Saturday morning.
We already know you didn't, okay? So you need to understand. Again, I'm giving you the opportunity to tell the truth, okay? We know you met with her. We know from friends, okay? There's phones. There's phone records. There's that type of thing that to put people in places where we can look up the phone records and see where people were at. Okay? So we know that you met with her. I just want to know why you met with her and what happened when you met with her. Here's your opportunity to be truthful. And I know you want to be truthful. Chris, I know you want to be truthful because we've been talking. I know you want to come clean. I know you don't want your wife to find out. Okay? I know you're afraid of what your wife's going to think because you're your daughter. I understand that. I have small kids. There's nothing I wouldn't do in the world for my kids. Okay? And I already understand that you said that you're only alive because your daughter's here. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
That your daughter is the most important thing to you? Okay? I know that. I know you're afraid of what your wife's going to find out, and you're afraid you're going to lose your daughter. Okay? I understand that. I'm a father also. Like I said, my kids mean the world to me. Okay? I know how important your daughter is, and I know how important it is for you to get the truth out. And you need to think about it. Okay? Think about it. Be truthful with me. Be honest with me. I know you're afraid of your wife finding out. Okay? You already told her, hey, we're done. We're not seeing each other anymore. You still were seeing each other. You still were talking. Okay? You don't want your wife to find that out. You're afraid of what's going to happen if your wife finds that out. I know that. You don't want to lose your daughter. You don't want to move back to Alaska and lose your daughter and lose your wife. But really, it's about your daughter. Because you already admitted that if your daughter wasn't in the picture, it would be no problem. You could leave and go with somebody else. That was not the issue. Your daughter is what's important to you. And that's the difference in a cold-blooded killer. They don't care about anybody. They care about anybody. Nobody but themselves. I don't see that in you. I do not see that in you. You care about your daughter. You care about your family. You want to make it right. I see that in you, okay? And that's in here. That's in there. You have morals. You went through some stuff. You went through it, okay? And now you're afraid to tell me the truth. I know you met with her on Saturday. I need to know why. It's all right. You can tell me. You can tell me. Chris, you can tell me. I need to know why you met with her on Saturday. I can see it in your eyes, dude. You want to tell me the truth. You're not a cold-blooded murderer. Listen to me. You want to tell me the truth. You care about your daughter. You're afraid what people are going to think. You're afraid that people are going to think you're a bad guy, that you're a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. And I know you want to tell me the truth, because I can see it in here, and I can see it in your eyes. I need you to tell me the truth. And I need you to tell me the truth right now.
And you would know if I was lying?
Chris, I need you to tell me the truth. I need to know why you met with her. There's no reason to lie to me right now. There's no reason to lie to me right now. Okay? We're past that. We're past the lies. Right now is the time for you to tell the truth. I need you to tell me the truth now. Sorry, dude. You need to tell me the truth.
I didn't see her on Saturday. I just saw her vehicle. I was out that way when I was picking up more tires for a fire. And I drove past it to see if she was in there, but she wasn't. I didn't actually ever see her on Saturday. And I was worried that if I told you guys I saw her car because of my previous relationship with her, you would automatically assume I did something.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're halfway there. This is not a game that we're playing. We're not playing this game of who can trick who and who can... You understand what I'm saying? This is a very serious issue. Okay, this is very serious. You were there. You met with her. We're not just talking about tire tracks here.
I never saw her on Saturday. I just saw her vehicle.
Okay. So you were there. You were there on Saturday. Tell me why you drove by there on Saturday.
I was picking up tires on the side of the road for a tire fire.
Where were those tires located at?
They were on the side of the road. Most of them was actually just tread from a blown out tire. I have more tracks out there off the side of the road, U-turning, picking up tire tracks.
Okay, tell me what you told her about the meeting.
I didn't tell her about a meeting.
What would Aaron tell you about meeting you on Saturday?
I don't know. How you guys doing?
This is my sergeant Chris. He knows who I am. I think you guys met.
How you doing? You alright? Okay. Chris, you know we've been working on this for a long time, right?
I did.
Okay. I understand too. I've been working homicide for a long time. Alright, I'm not here to play games with you. You're not going to see me lie to you. You're not going to see me try and tell you something that's not true, okay? But I can tell you, something happened out there. Something definitely happened. It's only a matter of, was it planned? Was it a cold-blooded killing? Or did something just happen? That's all it is. It's not going to go away, dude. It's really not. I wouldn't even, because you are who you are, I wouldn't even try to pretend, that, I wouldn't be upset in your situation or just, be overwhelmed with all the feelings that you've been going through. But I can tell you this, I've been doing this job long enough, and I'm very confident that something happened out there. Okay? Only question is, was this a cold-blooded killing, or did something just happen? That's the bottom line. Bottom line. I don't know what might have been going through your head when you found out she was pregnant, but I can only imagine if it were me, I'd have a hell of a lot to think about. There'd be a lot of emotions. There'd be a lot of stuff built up inside. And I'm telling you, man to man, any man facing that type of situation has a lot to worry about. Any man. I have a daughter. She's a little bit older than your daughter now, but at one point she was your daughter's age. And my wife and I split up. And that was the hardest time in my entire life, and I will never forget that. Never. I will never forget what that other woman put us through, to be honest with you. But you know what? I moved on with my life and I did what I had to do. Some people just do it differently. Sometimes things happen. I don't know why. I can't pretend I'm only human. But I can tell you right now, this is one of those situations where something happened. And you know that's true. It's just a matter of, was it a cold-blooded killing, or did something just happen? That's what we're at right now. That's exactly what we're at. The question is, which one is it?
I can't answer that question.
How come?
I never saw her on Saturday.
Okay. What time were you going to, what was he doing picking up tires? What time was that?
That was in the morning before I left. Said to go out. Not 100% sure the exact time.
Okay. Not sure of the exact time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're pretty sure you got this all figured out, right? I'm just trying to, if there was, and I'm sure Dan's probably already told you, dude, it's not going to stop. We're not going to stop. This case is going to go. And this is your opportunity to tell us what happened. This is it. And it comes down to, again, I've sat in front of many guys who just, okay, this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what happened. Only problem is there's so many different versions of your story that nobody can believe you, honestly. You know why, right?
No.
Because you've told so many different versions of this story. Doesn't mean you're guilty, but it means that you're upset about something inside. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I couldn't pretend to be Chris because I don't live in your shoes. I haven't been what you've been through. Service to your country and all that stuff. I haven't been through that. And that I respect you for 110%. Absolutely. I just wish I knew what it was that happened inside of you. Going out out to the area where the mines are and all that stuff. I mean, you know, you're talking about that and some guy's shooting at you. You know, that's obviously one of our questions that we had. Okay, if Chris isn't a bad dude, what happened out there? You know, I mean, honestly, we thought it. We're like, did she get shot by somebody else and he freaked out? What the hell's going on here? But something happened. You know, and I'm sure you watch TV shows and all that kind of stuff. It's a little bit different. Things take a little bit of time. But, you know, DNA evidence is top notch these days. We do what's called layer DNA inside of vehicles now. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but that's going to happen here in this case. We're going to be able to tell a time frame in different people's DNAs when they were in that vehicle, how fresh it is. Have experts tell us, you know, it was within this amount of time. It's not like the old days. It's certainly not like the TV shows, like we can just go plug something in and then have it that day, and I know you know that. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. But we're not going to stop. We're going to find Aaron. Right now, the Marine Corps base is helping us. They're gathering as many soldiers as they possibly can to go out and start checking all these areas. We're going to find her. And here we are, you know, asking you what happened. We know for a fact that you were the last one to be with her. We know that. I would not sit here, like I said, I'm not going to bullshit you. I would not sit here and tell you that if I didn't know that for a fact. And I'm telling you, Chris, I know that for a fact. You were the last one to see Aaron. Don't know the circumstances. We're hoping you tell us those circumstances, because you know sometimes some of that stuff makes sense. You know, 9 times out of 10, you tell the truth. It makes sense. We can work with the truth, but we can't fix a lie. We just can't. You know, and dude, I don't know what happened out there. You know what happened out there. Aaron knows what happened out there. I know that for certain. And I just don't know, you know, if it was that bad. If you think that I haven't had people sit in front of me throughout my years of doing this job and explain how an accident had occurred and had it actually make sense, I don't know what else to tell you, but I've had many times like that. You know, many times. Accidents happen, I understand that. You know, it just depends on what degree. That's what it really depends on. And I think deep down inside, you want to do the right thing, and you want to tell me, and you want to explain it, but you're scared. I can't fix that. You know? But I can tell you, if it was just something that happened and it makes sense, and you're honest, I know accidents happen. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure 100% of the time how they happen, but I know they do. You know, the other thing, you know, I want you to consider as a person is think about the future and what that brings for your family, for you, for Aaron's family. You know, because I can tell you when we find her, we have no choice but to believe it's going to be a cold-blooded killing. Why? Because we had Chris telling us nothing ever happened. Well, we're going to know that's not the truth. You know, I wish I could explain it better to you, but I can't. I've seen so many young people make these mistakes, and there's nothing I can do about it except tell you that sometimes things make sense as long as you tell the truth. You know, when we do find Erin, I don't know if you know her or not, but she went to the emergency room not too long ago. She may have told you about that, I'm not sure. But when we do find her, they did some embryonic tests on her because they didn't know what was going on with her. I think that's actually when they probably found out she was pregnant. I'm not for certain, but I think that's, and I'm only telling you this because that's, you know, I'm only gathering all this information. When we find Erin, and I have that blood sample from that hospital, and I test it with your blood, and it comes back with your DNA, everything everybody's been telling us is going to be the truth. You're the only person that can see otherwise. And you know you are. You know you are. I would not sit here and bullshit you. I would not. And I'm not saying that I've already tested that and it's going to come back with your DNA. I'm not going to bullshit you, Chris. It's not going to happen like that. But I am telling you, it will be done. And the question is going to be, what do you have to say then? That's what the question is going to be. Does any of that make sense?
It does.
Because you know she was pregnant with your child.
She wasn't pregnant with my child.
Well, maybe you really don't know. I don't know. But that's what she's telling everybody. You know? I'm not going to pretend like you do know for sure. I don't know if you do or not. But I can tell you that's what she was telling everybody. You know, all the way up to the fact that she was going to meet you on Saturday, and she was waiting for you. We actually had somebody speaking with her up until the time that you showed up. I mean, come on, Chris. I'm not trying to bullshit you, man. I'm not trying to. I really am not. I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you what everything shows. That's all I'm doing. I'm not sitting here trying to feed bullshit at you. I'm not trying to get you to say something that you don't want to say or whatever. I am just talking to you man to man right now. And I'm trying to explain to you what things show. You know, you can say all day long we just drove by and our car was there, but you know it's not true. It's just not. You know, I don't know. I don't know if you guys got separated out there somewhere after you guys had left together. I don't know. But I do know you guys were together. I'm positive of that. And I wouldn't tell you that if I wasn't. Just like I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know exactly where Erin is. I'm not going to give you bullshit, dude. I'm not. But I am going to tell you the truth, and that is, we're not going to stop until we find her. You see, we're dealing with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. We are the most professional group when it comes to, and experts when it comes to finding people in the desert. We're damn good. And I feel very confident about this one. And I've had a few where I said, I don't know. And we've gotten lucky, I guess you would call it. But this one, this isn't going to be luck. This is going to be tenacity. And you sit here right now with an opportunity to tell the truth about what happened. And that's all we ask. What happened? When you picked her up, what happened?
Never picked her up.
That is a very rehearsed statement. I wish I could believe it. I don't like working these cases. Dan doesn't like working these cases. We really don't. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, so, just to confirm, she was not in your car at all on Saturday, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys didn't go anywhere together?
Yeah.
Okay. And you just drove by and you saw her car, and you were looking for tires?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all those messages she sent everybody are lies?
Yes.
Okay. And the fact that you guys, and by the way, you know what Snapchat is. I know you know what Snapchat is. And I hope you understand how that works. Snapchat doesn't really disappear. It disappears from your phone so your significant other can't find it. I work plenty of homicide cases, buddy. I'm going to find out every single message that was sent. Just another reason for you to be honest. You know, it's very evident that you guys use Snapchat. Let's just put it that way. Or software similar to. Everything that you've sent and that has disappeared on your screen is still inside your phone. You know. And unfortunately, you know, it's one of those things where if you honestly think that it didn't, you know, that it just disappeared or something, it didn't. And again, I'm not feeding you bullshit, Chris. I'm not. I'm letting you know that I do respect you as a person. I'm not trying to belittle you at all, but I am letting you know that I know that's what kind of software you guys are using to communicate with. And I'm going to find out what was said. And it's your opportunity to tell the truth. It's your opportunity to explain things. As the person that was with her. I don't know what was said. Again, I'm not going to pretend like I have Snapchat right now and I can tell you, oh, I got some really juicy stuff, because I don't. But I will. You know, and again, I know you've been going through a lot. It's pretty evident. But at the same time, that doesn't make us go away. That doesn't make the case go away. That doesn't make Aaron go away. You know, today we have scheduled mine crews coming. We've done it before in Barstow. Don't know if that's where she's at. But they're going out there today. They all know how to do it. I have no idea how to do it. I wouldn't even try to learn how to do it. But they know how to do it. They're very skilled at it. They have all the equipment. Many, many crews. They know how to go hundreds and thousands of feet down. One mine, I think they were telling us was 1,800 feet or something like that. That they're prepared to do. Again, don't know if that's where she's at. I'm just saying, We're gonna be out there working it, man. We're not stopping. So if there's ever a time, to be honest, right now is the time. So you still say she was not with you on Saturday?
Yes.
Where would she be? Where do you think she would have gone?
She could have met up with somebody. She could have wandered off.
Where do you think she wandered off at?
I have no idea.
I mean, just you knowing her, where do you think she would have gone?
Probably would have walked to the road and met up with somebody. Would be my best guess.
Except for shooting Christians on the road. And go to your tire tracks. Can you think of anything else that'll help us solve this case?
No.
Nothing at all? Would she ever want to harm herself?
She talked about it briefly when we were first retaining contact, but I haven't heard her say anything about it since.
How have you been feeling lately?
Same as I usually do
How's that?
on a day-to-day basis. I haven't really made my mind yet.
Was a lot of your feelings, like your upsetness and stuff, does that come from being wartime, or is that all stuff prior to?
I don't know, it's just a combination of stuff. It's just who I am.
You seen anybody before or anything like that?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to, or?
Yeah.
Have you ever considered it?
I have.
What stopped you?
I don't know really. Really, well, a big part of it is like, I don't want anyone to tell me that I'm not mentally fit, you know, for any kind of reason.
Yeah, because then you feel like you kind of lost control, or, you know, like somebody's basically telling you how you are. That makes sense. I think you're definitely mentally fit. I don't think that's the issue. I think, you know, obviously you just have a lot of shit happen in your life. You know, like I said, I mean, I respect you for where you've been and what you've done. Because, you know, honestly, dude, not too many men can say that. You know, and, you know, both of us, I mean, I speak for both of us, respect you very much for that. And we thank you for that. Honestly. You know, and this country wouldn't be what it is without our soldiers, so we really do appreciate that. And Erin, how did Erin feel about soldiers?
I never asked her about it.
Do you think Erin's still alive?
I hope so.
Are all your weapons at your house?
No.
Where they at?
My 22 is at the horse ranch because I'm using it to gun train my horse.
Oh, are you really?
Yes.
And you use the 22 to shoot coyotes?
Yes.
See, people, don't they normally use like 30-30s and like 308s, that kind of stuff?
It depends. I mean, you can really use any kind of caliber. It depends where your shot placement is. I would have brought my other rifle, but I only have one round for it left, and ammo for it. You gotta drive to Rancho to buy it. It's really expensive.
How about to Bass Pro Shop down there? Or, yeah, crazy. Just out of curiosity, when we do find Aaron, are we gonna find bullet holes in her from you?
No.
And so nothing should match any of your weapons?
No.
And the ranch is, whose ranch is it?
It belongs to a lady named Isabel.
Does she have your gun?
It's at her house. I'm not sure if she knows it's there or not.
Where's it at her house?
Oh, I don't know. I asked my wife to put it away when I went to go meet the deputy sheriff.
That was a good idea. So Nicole put it away for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your daughter's name? You get along with her way off? Because
Yes.
that's good. It's important. So you were saying you could take us to show us where you were shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and that is off of, what is it called?
Gold Crown Road.
Gold Crown Road. Okay. How far is that from here?
It's quite a ways. It's past Adobe down to 62. I don't know the exact distance.
Okay. Do you ever see, have any idea what caliber the other person was shooting when they were shooting at you?
No. All I know is that it was a handgun because they used one hand.
Did you see what they looked like?
Yeah. They were too far away.
They looked like they were deliberately shooting at you?
It looked like they had come up from like a reloading position. I don't know if they were shooting at me, but they were shooting in my general direction. So I assumed it was at me and left.
And I know you guys already talked about that, but where was that at? Like, is
It's
it way back there? Or
yeah, it's quite a ways back there.
is it? Are we gonna find any of your shoe impressions by the mines back there?
Back where?
In the very back there where all the mines are?
Maybe like one of them that I stopped at.
What were you doing there?
I was just stopping to check it out.
Which one was that?
I don't know the name of it. It was like off the path that I was driving down.
What'd you see?
Nothing. I stopped over briefly. I was running out. I had no water. And so I went down to see if I could get to the bigger mine area, but I couldn't make it down there, so I went back to my vehicle.
And so you were walking on foot. You left when somebody shot at you?
I parked my vehicle, and I was going up, and when I pressed the ridge line, that's when I saw them and waved at them, and then they shot, and then I went back to my vehicle.
Okay. So you waved and then they shot?
Yeah, well, because I was out of water, I didn't have any, so I said, hey, to see if they had any water, and they came up from what looked like a reload position, and then pointed the weapon in my direction and fired.
And about what time was that?
I honestly have no idea.
Had you already drank all your water?
I didn't bring any. I had water in my fridge, in my freezer that I had planned to bring, but I forgot to.
Oh, okay. So no reason at all that you can think of that why she would message people saying that she's planning to meet with you on Saturday, and why she would talk to somebody on the phone Saturday morning and say, hey, he's coming right now. No reason. She just lie about that?
Yeah, she very well could have overheard me talking to me and Scott, because where I usually make plans with clients, their bedroom window is right above that. So if it was open at all, she easily could have heard what my plans were.
And so you think she set you up and then disappeared?
No, I just don't think she ever got over the fact that we had stopped seeing each other, and I think she was trying to maintain that appearance with her friends.
And when we run tests on the bedrooms and locations inside of her apartment, are we going to find any of your semen?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Okay. Want to make sure. So nothing like that?
No.
And my understanding is you're saying you've never had sex, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so she never got over the fact that you guys were going to break it up. And was she stalking you or something, or what was the?
I honestly don't know, because like, I don't know if it's her or John, but sometimes when I come home, I'd see their blinds move, but I just assume someone was in the kitchen cleaning. But I honestly don't know. And what she told everyone else, and what she told her friends, could have been two completely different things. Because when we were together and she was talking to me, she would tell her things to get off the phone, because now her friends had a lot of stuff going on.
So she would tell her stuff like, he's going to meet me on Saturday, I'm really excited, I think he's going to propose to me, and all this other stuff just to get her off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. That's really weird. I could see maybe, hey, I got to do the dishes, or hey, so this is going on, or whatever, I got to run real quick, but to give that big, long, elaborate story and just to get her off the phone, doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. But then again, I don't know her. So, just trying to make sense of everything, that's all. Try to put yourself in my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
What would you think if you were in my shoes? What would you have going on in your mind?
And I would think that like she was telling people things because that was actually what was happening. But she openly lied to people in her life. She lied to me. A pathological liar is a liar. They're not going to care who they lie to.
What she lied to you about?
She told me that her husband was beating her and that she was afraid for her life. And the only reason she couldn't go home is he wouldn't let her.
How long ago was that?
That was about a month and a half ago when we were actually seeing each other.
So are we going to find any conversations between you and her on Snapchat?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. So if we do, what would be the reasoning for that? Is it possible somebody was using your phone or something to chat with her?
It could have been. I leave my phone by itself pretty often in where I work, in my vehicle, at home.
Who do you think would do something like that?
I don't know who would do something like that.
Okay. And you had everything planned for Saturday, correct?
I was trying to make plans with him, but he was on and off because of his shoulder injury. And so Friday night, he finally told me that he couldn't go. And so that's why I had to go Saturday morning. And I tried to get him to meet up with me, but I ran out of service.
So when we talked to him, he said, yeah, he's trying to get me to go and all this stuff.
He won't. Because I actually talked to him the night prior, and he wanted to, but I think it's because he was drinking. But when he woke up in the morning, he still had guests over. And I think he was afraid that if he were left, it would have angered his wife.
And just so I understand, were your tire impressions pulled up by her vehicle? You just saw her vehicle and she didn't come anywhere near your car?
No.
Okay. So there should be no reason why her shoe impressions are going anywhere near your tire impressions?
No, unless it was a coincidence that I drove near them.
Well, I would like to think that, but the rear ones are covered with her shoe impressions, so it's going to be kind of hard to prove that, you know. I'm just saying there's a lot there, man. It just doesn't make sense, you know. And that's all we're trying to figure out. Again, it's not like you did anything wrong if you were with her that morning. I don't know what happened after that. But if you were with her that morning, it's not like you did whatever happened to her. And I'm pretty sure Dan probably already explained that to you. But the issue is, it just doesn't make sense that I've been working these scenes for so long, and our crime scene people have been working these scenes for so long, and we know exactly what it shows us. And you're basically telling us that the evidence is a lie, that it didn't happen. And how do you think that's possible?
I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, do you think it's possible?
I think it's possible.
So you think it's possible that her shoe impressions can be walking up to your car?
It could be possible.
How come you didn't tell us before that you drove to there?
Because I was afraid that, you know, since I saw her vehicle, that you guys were automatically going to assume that I did something and that it was my fault that she was missing.
So you've been thinking about that. I don't blame you. It really worries you, huh?
That she's missing.
No, that we think we're going to have something to do with it.
It does.
I don't blame you. You're only human. But again, it just goes back to us just trying to figure out what the hell happened. Like I said, sometimes things just happen. You know. We don't know why. But we're certainly not going to make stuff up and try to point a finger at you if it's not true. We just don't do that. We only go with what the evidence tells us. And honestly, Chris, the evidence tells us that she did get into your vehicle. I just don't know why. Maybe that fear, you have more fear that we're going to think even more that you had something to do with it because she got in your vehicle. I don't know. I mean, perhaps. But that just doesn't make sense. Is that what it is? Are you afraid that because she got in your car that we're going to think you did something?
She didn't get into my vehicle.
Did she walk up to your car at all?
No, I didn't see her Saturday morning.
You ever do a polygraph test?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is?
Yes.
What is it?
It's the lie detector.
Okay. You ever taken one before?
No.
Okay. If I were to ask you on a polygraph test, if you had anything to do or had any knowledge of anything to do with Aaron's death, what would you say?
I said no.
What would the results be?
It'd be truthful.
How about we take one?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Because I'm emotionally unstable right now, and I don't want to give off false readings.
That's fair. One other thing I wanted to ask you about, when we do analysis on your computers and your phones and all that stuff, are we going to see things like that being Googled, polygraph machines and what they do?
No.
Okay. Are we going to see anything about murder or anything like that?
Probably about a month and a half ago, I was having a conversation with one of the guys in the duty that it came up randomly, random memory talk about the best way to dispose of the body.
And who was that?
I honestly don't remember. Genetic is important in my mind.
And how long was that?
It was the last time I was on duty, so before I went on leave, probably just under a month ago.
What would you search on?
We were using Google on my phone and his phone, I think.
That their phone?
Yes.
And what were the results? What did you find out?
Pigs.
Pigs?
Mm-hmm.
What does it say pigs do?
They eat them.
Are you serious? I've never heard of that. Holy crap. That's a new one. There aren't any pigs up on that ranch, are there?
No.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Pigs. What else did it say? Anything else?
No, one of them said a fire, but then I got into this huge debate how it takes like a crematorium like 8 hours to dissolve or to completely dissolve a body, and fires are really ineffective. The best answer that the forum gave was to eat them.
Eat the person?
Mm-hmm.
Cannibalism?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need the bones up?
You grind them up and then you just get rid of the dust.
What are you going to use to grind them up?
I don't know. You use
Doesn't make sense.
You could. And I've never really dealt with bone before.
Well, I mean, I see a lot of bone, I mean, obviously, and I can't see that happening. That's weird, because if you were to actually try to hammer it, there's just too many chunks. That's a trick, man. Was burial in the desert part of it?
No.
I didn't even see anything of it.
No. Well, someone said another way is to dig a vertical hole and then put the body in the vertical hole and then put like a dead animal on top of that and then bury that animal.
Yeah, but that's old, man. We always go below the animal.
Yeah.
I've had a couple holes, believe it or not. Usually when we put on the animal, we go below it. Sometimes we don't find anything. What does it say about mine shafts?
Didn't say anything about that.
We've had a lot of cases like that. Mine shaft ones. Out here in San Diego County. Did you do any searches on those ones?
No.
Yeah, shoot, man. We've had, at least on 2 hands that I can count, mine shaft cases. It's a pretty good idea. Problem is, it's been done so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So when you Googled that, you Googled how to dispose of a body?
Yeah, it was a conversation we had.
Can you think of anybody that was there that was present during that conversation?
No, not really. Because it didn't stick in my mind as important, so.
What started the conversation for you guys?
I think it's a baby joke.
Lord. Really? Who came up with that one?
No, those have been around since I came in anyways.
The joke?
Yeah, I think it came like from like people making fun of the like Vietnam War and like people saying that in Iraq there were puppies and babies, calling them baby killers. This kind of response from.
So what kind of jokes are they?
What's the difference between a Corvette and a pile of babies?
A what? A Corvette?
Yeah, and a pile of babies. What? Don't have a Corvette in my garage.
Oh, fuck.
What's the difference between a pile of babies and a pile of bowling balls? Or you can't live with bowling balls with a pitchfork.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Is this a Marine thing? Is this what Marines do?
It's kind of dying out. You don't hear it as much anymore.
Jeez, man.
But it's just like Marines' way of like coping with like people like calling them baby killers and like saying that all Marines throw puppies off cliffs because of that one incident in Iraq.
Oh yeah. We get the cops, same thing. One cop does something, everybody else is blamed for it, and everybody makes jokes about it. One cop goes to a donut shop, and here we are, how many years later? 200 years later, probably?
There's actually a pretty funny thread. Someone wanted to steal a donut truck and they went on a high-speed chase with it, so they get the cops to follow them.
That's a good one, dude. There's another one, too, where they say, the cop pulls a guy over and says, hey, your eyes are bloodshot water or whatever, and the driver responds to them about your eyes are glazed or something like, have you been eating donuts or something like that? Freaking donut jokes, man. crazy. Was there anything else you can help us with?
No, not that I can think of.
And did you ever shoot your gun out there that day?
Mm-hmm.
How many times did you fire it?
4 to 5 maybe.
Okay. What were you firing at?
I was shooting at rocks to make sure my scope was on.
Gotcha. Okay. Make sure you got it lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same one that's at the ranch right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Would you mind us taking that gun and having it tested?
That's fine.
Okay. How about all your other ones?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as I get them back in a time.
Okay, we'll get them back to you. Absolutely. How about your car?
I need my vehicle. I can't give it up.
Okay. Well, the good thing is we've got a crime scene specialist out there right now. They're swapping it. So we'll hopefully get back to you real quick here. Okay. What else?
Computers.
Yeah, we're gonna do analysis on all those. And you understand why we have to do all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't want you to think that I'm calling you a guilty man or anything like that, because I'm not. We just have to make sure we do due diligence here, make sure that we actually investigate this case to the fullest. That's all we're doing. So please don't take it personal. I mean, I know it's hard to say, but just try not to, okay? And understand that we're very approachable. If there's any questions or thoughts that you have, we'll be more than happy to answer them and speak with you. All right? I mean, it's fair to say we've treated you well. We're not gonna, treat you like a criminal or anything like that. So, and again, a lot of that comes from the respect that we have you just purely as a soldier as well. So, anything else you can think of?
Yeah, all right now.
Okay. Well, if you want to show us a spot, can a regular car get out there, dude?
Yeah.
It's gotta be a 4-wheel drive. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can borrow one of their Tahoes. Take it out there. Would you go with that?
I can't do it right now. I gotta finish checking out today.
Oh, at the base out there? Okay. Okay.
It's right here though, right? I mean, off the 62.
No, it's not right off. It's like a ways up to 62.
How long does it take off the 62?
30, 40 minutes at least.
It's 5:30. Sure.
Yeah, we'll go check it out. And, all right.
And did you, after you got back on that Saturday, did you turn your phone off at all?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Did you make any phone calls from the time you got in the afternoon till
The next day?
The next day?
Like when I came out of the park? Yeah.
Yeah, you made a phone call to,
I called Connor and then I called my wife.
right, and then you didn't call anybody after that?
I can check, but I'm not sure.
You didn't?
Okay.
Pretty sure you didn't. Didn't call anybody for about 24 hours. But when we do the phone analysis, it'll tell us if it was powered down or not. So, cool. Did you Google anything else we should know
I don't think so.
about? No. Did you Google anything about Aaron after everything happened?
No.
Google anything about the news out here?
No.
Anything about pregnancies, anything like that?
No.
And so, when we do find Aaron, you're saying that baby is not yours, right?
Yes.
Okay. Another thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a buccal swab, which is just a swab on the inside of the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's for DNA testing, because the hospital has a DNA sample of the, I guess apparently they did something with the fetus that day when she was in the emergency room. I do not know what it was, but we're going to do a DNA test on that, just double check that. That usually takes a while. So, we'll do that. And then, we'll play it by ear and see how that goes. So, cool deal, man. We really appreciate your cooperation. I know you're probably thinking about a lot of different stuff right now, so we really do appreciate it. And when are you leaving for Alaska?
We're supposed to start the drive the 7th.
Oh, you guys are driving up there? Well, who knows? Maybe we'll come up to Alaska and visit you, buddy. I'll give me an excuse to get out of the office for a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
I gotta fly though. I'm driving up there to do this too long. All right, cool. Right on, man. Anything else? Nothing? Okay. We'll get you back home. All right. In fact, we'll just out there right now, yeah. Anything else you can think of? No? Okay. When you say emotionally unstable, what does that mean to you?
It just means like, I don't know, I'm upset, I can't really think straight, my memory doesn't work that well anymore. So like, sometimes when I think something happened, it doesn't happen that way because I can't remember real well.
Okay.
That's why I can't remember a lot of dates or anything like that, times, people.
Okay, so, but it doesn't mean that you have problems controlling your emotions like crying, laughing, stuff like that.
It can, I usually don't
No, what?
cry or like really laugh that often.
Okay.
It just never seems necessary.
Okay. And you have polygraphs aren't used against you in court too, right?
I know.
Okay. Just want to make sure you understood that. How'd you know that?
I'm just watching TV.
Man, that damn TV. Telling me. Gosh. All right. Well, if you decide that you do want to take a polygraph test, please call us, let us know. We'll set it up for you. We have our own photographers that do it. They're very good at what they do. And false ratings are actually pretty rare with us because ours are experts in the field. So it's actually like the same level as the FBI uses. So we actually do all the same training.
Why don't they use in court?
Because the court doesn't recognize something that measures the way that a polygraph measures. The courts don't recognize that. So we only use it as an investigative tool. And they're real good at saying, hey, this person's, like you're saying, in your case you say emotionally unstable. They look at it and they look at your baseline and how you are and they say, hey, he's baseline here, so they use that as your baseline. They don't use, you relaxed and then all of a sudden go, look at that. No, they don't do it like that. But courts, I think someday they're going to be. It's just, they're just not, and we use them as investigative tools. It helps us clear people a lot, to kind of move along and do it that way. So, but, some people are worried about not being cleared. I can understand that fear. So, we're not pushy guys though, dude. Not at all. Do you think we are?
No.
Okay. I appreciate that. Last thing I want to be known as is some pushy cop. Because I'm not. Neither is Dan. We want you to be able to run into us at state roads or whatever and say hi and shake our hand and not freak out. That's the main thing we worry about. So, alright. Cool.
Hey Chris, can I just have you sign this one, just so it shows that you wrote it, not me? Or just put your name on it, so.
Or just put your initials.
Initial, something that shows that you made it, not somebody else.
Can you put the date on there too?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's July 1st, dude.
July 1st.
What are you doing for the 4th?
Packing.
You gotta do something with your baby girl, man.
Yeah. Today's 7.
Yeah, July 1st. Thank you, Chris. You said you were wearing jeans on Saturday? And a black hat?
Wasn't really wearing the hat that much.
Anything else?
White t-shirt.
Yeah, just,
What, there was a brand or something on
yeah,
it.
it had some blue in it. It might have been American.
Hey dude, we need that phone there, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at it, we'll get right back to you.
How long is that gonna take?
Well, like a day. If that.
I kind of need it for work though.
Yeah, unfortunately, what we did is we went on in and we gathered up a search warrant on it, just to make sure to cover our bases. So what we'll do is, as soon as, in fact, I'll try to get it in there today and get it back to you. Okay? It won't take long. Once they plug it in and do the analysis on it, it should be.
Who has the search warrant?
We've got them at your house right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll give you copies of everything, promise. All that stuff. Like I said, we're not trying to be a burden to you. We're just trying to do our job. That's all we're trying to do. So we'll make sure you get copies of everything, and we will make sure you don't get, screwed out of all your stuff for any long periods of time or anything like that, because we don't want to do that to you either. Okay? You said it was possibly American.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing your boots?
Yep.
Do you have any other shoes there?
Uh-huh.
How many pairs of shoes do you have?
5 or 6.
Does the black hat have any designs on it?
It's not a hat.
We'll make sure you get our phone number in case you got questions or anything, dude.
Well, you guys are gonna have my phone, so.
Yeah, your wife's got one. We'll get you home right now, all right? You hungry or anything, dude?
We'll get you a copy of that search warrant.
We'll do that when we get out to the house. We'll give you copies of everything. Is that cool with you?
Use the restroom right there.
No.